Hey guys, Ryan from Playing with Power here. We are super excited to announce that we are looking to launch a new in-person gameplay series next year on YouTube. It is all going to be cedh, and we are going to be bringing on different guests and showcasing different decks to everyone to see how the in-person gameplay of cedh is going to be. This type of production takes a lot of money, so we're going to need help in raising the funds to get this series off the ground. We decided to partner with Douglas Schuler, a very famous artist in Magic's history who did things like the new Dockside Extortionist, the new Allosaur Shepherd, and of course the classic iconic Demonic Tutor all the way back in Alpha. We commissioned him to create a very unique, awesome custom playmat for Playing with Power and for you. We're also offering a special bundle that is only available for the month of December. We are putting in goodies that we have never sold before at this point and bundling them all in so you can save money. We want to make this production as high quality as possible, so your pre-orders and your purchases will help make that a reality. All through the month of December, we will be taking pre-orders, but this is the only time you'll be able to get this playmat at this price. Check out the links in the description and pre-order it at the special price now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support, and we will see you next time.
All right, welcome back, everybody. After that awesome semifinals game, we are about to dive into the final pod of Mox Masters December. Last pod of cedh you're going to see today. Before we do, as our awesome and fantastic friend Ryan just explained to you, we have a new series coming, the Masterpiece series, and along with it, these bundles that are going to help support us in the stream, available only in December. Before you go and reach out and buy one of those, you should listen to me very carefully, because we want to support you. In order to do that, we are going to give away one of these bundles that we just advertised to you right here on stream. All you have to do, listen to me very carefully, all you have to do is you need to type the word masterpiece in Twitch chat below. One word, all lowercase, must all be lowercase, one word, masterpiece. Type that in chat. I'll give you about a minute to do so, and then we will pick a winner. Rather, Nightbot will randomly choose a winner, and that's a little token of our gratitude for being here, watching some cedh, and of course supporting our up and coming series. As soon as this is over with, we will dive right into the match. But first, I want to talk a little bit, while everyone's typing masterpiece in the chat, I want to talk a little bit about that last pod, Cal. That ball was in the spot where he was just wildly ahead, and Ian, as we've seen him do twice in this tournament, found a way to just spike it, found a way to get the table on his side. That force of cooperation beat somebody that was wildly ahead, and Comedian once again in the finals. 2 back-to-back webcam tournaments, capped 128 people or whatever in the finals again.
Drake, I'd say that I couldn't believe it, except I entirely do. Ian was literally my pick at the beginning of the day to take down the tournament again. Unironically, I said, I think that he totally has it in him to win again. And here he is winning games that he has no business. Absolutely no business winning. Pulling off some absolutely crazy wins today. You love to see it. I love to see it. But we'll see if he can take it all the way. I'm intrigued. Ian has plenty of top fours.
As well. I can't wait to dive in.
Ian has plenty of top fours. He has one tournament win, and that was this 2 months ago at Mox Masters October. So we'll see if he can. Get his second ever tournament win. Just so happens to be another Mox Masters.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Webcam cedh is apparently for him. All right, everybody, if you are still in chat and still here, make sure you're typing the word masterpiece. We're only going to give you about another 30 seconds or so to do so. Type masterpiece, one word, all lowercase, in chat if you want a chance to win one of those Playing with Power bundles that we have been advertising, and as part of our huge announcement and upcoming series. And of course, all the sweet Playing with Power goodies that come with that word masterpiece, all lowercase, one word, in chat. Please finish up doing so now. We're going to pick a winner very, very shortly, and then we're going to dive right into our final pod and watch Comedian alongside Forcon piloting Blue Farm. Manny, I am midget. Don't know how to exactly say that, but that's the syllables there. Playing Thrasios Dargo, and accepted. Actually a personal friend of mine playing Kenrith the Returned King. So a very colorful and diverse pod here for our final pod.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome to see a range here. Always have to have the token blue farm player in the finals. Glad to see that they were able to join us today.
Of course.
And great to see, of course, a 5-color pile. Great to see Winota. I think this has the likes of being a very interesting game. Of course, something like Kenrith or Timna or Dargo Thrasios can force a win really quickly, but I have a feeling we might be in for a little bit of a one.
I agree. So let's pick a winner. I'm going to have Nightbot Noah do that, and let's dive right into the matches. Our players are beginning play.
Can we see Cal's game cubes for real?
No.
Yeah, exactly. Too bad. We've started the Magic the Gathering game. It is underway.
We have indeed, and we have Forcon in first seed playing a Verdant. Catacombs quickly fetching. Deploy to Mox Opal as well. No other artifacts at the moment to get started on that one. I believe most players starting with A7, either first or second. Didn't get a great look at any players that did any kind of mulliganing. But looks like it's just a fetch to pass of the turn. Comedian leading off with a turn 1 Ragavan, one of the better creatures, I'd say, that trigger Winota, and Ornithopter, one of the nice new schematic ones. Showing up as well.
But is Ian following up with any mana? Okay, there's an Arid Mesa in play, obviously, but we got anything else here? For us, Ian? Okay, we don't. We're going to Alex. Alex drawn a card. I've said it before. UC into Deathrite Shaman. That's fine. That's a fine start. I've said it before.
The legacy staple. I played a lot of UC
exactly.
into Deathrite Shaman in the legacy format. A little worse, I'd say, in CDH, but still respectable.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Love that Alex gives us this great full body player cam.
just getting to see the whole man. Love
just see everything going on. Urza Saga, Lotus Petal, Mox Opal. Maybe we won't be here that long.
Indeed. Can't get it. Is that a mana bond? What is that?
That card.
I was explaining. It's in Japanese. Let's see if I can get a little click on it. See if it'll show up here for me.
I was about to say, I assume it's some kind of secret
Bloom
layer.
Tender is this magic card cast off of Urza Saga and
that's pretty sweet. It's pretty awesome.
Good one.
We love it. All right.
So, makes a lot of mana, but that Mox Opal with the petal gone, less likely to actually make mana.
Yeah, I would guess like by turn 3 or whatever, with Urza Saga being here, we might be able to get it back online, but that's a pretty long wait.
Indeed,
so we'll see.
And it looks like Volcanic Island, the follow-up for Forcon. We'll see. I don't know. Blue Farm
also with a dead Mox Opal.
Yeah, these Mox Opals not looking as powerful as they even look in Modern in the first couple turns here.
Yeah, exactly. Remember, kids, play your talismans in your City of Traders, and you too might have an operational Mox Opal on turn 1.
Yeah, I guess talisman's often part of the equation for that. Chrome Mox imprinting, Shadow Skull smashing for Comedian does a lot of the work to deploy Winota. What do we got?
And we've got a mana ball.
Work.
Oh man, this is looking. And that's resolving. All right, are we gonna have a Winota here? This game might be all she wrote already. I don't want to call it.
I love that. He's like, we should not let this happen.
I don't want to call it this early, but Winota on turn 2 with a Ragavan and an Ornithopter in play. There's some mana involved. We've got some removal players here, I assume. We've made it this far. Everybody's playing good decks.
Someone has to have, and there is
there's the swords. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
Gotta get that one out of here. Make Comedian work for it at least. At least.
Yep.
Alex's expression immediately turned around from "oh no" to joy. Happy to see that Winota caught, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure. Yep, exactly when you want to see that Winota go away. All right, Blue Farm is not going to have I just forgot the name of one of the best white cards in CDH drink.
Ranger Captain. Okay. Blue
Farm just got their Ranger Captain exiled off of Ragavan, so our resident Blue Farm player will be without one of the best cards in their deck.
An
the rest of the
important one
game.
for a lot of these heavy interaction spots where,
Yes.
there's going to be a lot of spell-based interaction, things like counter spells and stuff like that, less stacks effects, only one stack really at the table. Ranger Captain pretty good in those spots. Maybe a tough one, a notable one to have exiled here.
Yeah.
We'll see is there a Grand Abolisher in the list as well? Maybe it could be reached for that.
I would assume the answer is yes. But I'm sure that's a spell that Ian would have loved to cast, but of course, since he spent his turn understandably casting Winota, tiny little bit short on that one.
Agreed. Probably overall very good for the table. Ian having a Ranger Captain, it seems like a mess.
For sure.
But
man,
Bloom looks like Noble Hierarch cast off of a talisman. I think that's a black-green talisman. The name escapes me at the moment. Something like Resilience strikes me as potentially the name.
Like that. Shrug.
Black-green talisman. That's what I got.
Yes.
We move back to Midget's turn.
We're moving fast. These games are moving fast. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, after these players have been playing a lot of Magic today, and they're as eager to get it all done with as we are, I suppose. Crown of Victor, as Thrasios going to be cast. Looks like off of Bloom Tender and whatever's fetched with Misty Rainforest, right?
Yep.
I think that
seems correct.
His turn. Yeah.
Looks like a Volk. Yep. And I assume we're moving up to Forcon here. Yep. Tapping out, casting Timna. Yep, we're in for one of those kind of games. And
we just saw one of those kinds of games, and it resulted in Ian being the victor. So
exactly,
I think we're gonna need a different angle if we're looking.
Yeah, Ian can literally cast Winota again, right? How much does Winota cost?
6.
Let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're one short. My bad.
We need a land draw.
He just played his third land.
Yeah,
I was seeing the Shatter Skull Smashing under Chrome Mox was right side up, and in my mind it was just another land. So
love this attack. Esper Sentinel, the flip off of Ragavan, looking pretty good. Hitting this blue farm player with this Ragavan, and this is really the ceiling on Ragavan. Just getting good card after good card. Esper Sentinel gonna be cast. Wow.
Yep, that's an Esper for Ian. He'll crack that treasure he just got right quick. He is very happy to see that. This game's turning up all Ian so far, but we'll see what the opponents are doing here. Everyone has mana. Everyone's kind of developing their board as well. Ian's board is just definitely a little bit more flashy than everybody else's.
Well, how about Ian's own Ranger Captain? How does that sound? Sure. Esper Sentinel Ranger Captain. We should have it all. Grab his own Esper Sentinel. All the Esper Sentinels. Nothing matters.
Yeah, why not? It's all fake. It's all made up. No, go grab a Sarah Ascendant, right?
I don't
I'm
think
kidding.
We only have red and colorless. I don't even know.
I'd grab something with colors. Come on. I don't even know if there's Sarah Ascendant in the list, honestly.
Probably is, right?
I don't know. It seems good for killing opponents.
I bet there is. Come on. There's no way. There's no way that one's below the line and you're attacking a blocking deck.
It is a human.
Ian, give me a good thought. It is a human. There you go. You can hit it off of your Winota trigger. Yeah. Excellent. Yeah. All right. Let's see what Ian finds. Gingerbread. Something like Gingerbread, also a fine grab. Something like Hasty. He works with your Winota. I don't know. I want things that work with the Winota. I want Winota to just win the game when you play it. That's what Ian does time and time again. I mean, we've seen him be extremely patient and just wait turn after turn after turn, just kind of deploying stuff. Oh, woe is me. I don't really have anything going on. Oh, here's Winota, you're done. Okay, well, cool.
Yep. I don't know if it's the exact list that he's playing in this tournament, but his stock Winota list does indeed have Sarah Ascendant in it. So
Goblin Crater Maker, the follow-up.
Oh, yeah.
Solid with your colors in red left. Yeah.
It does work, yeah.
Esper Sentinel. I think the last card in Ian's hand is the Esper Sentinel we know off of the Ranger Captain.
Yep, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Honestly, stuff like Crater Maker, the craziest thing to me about Winota, in addition to the way the deck can be built, just in addition to how absolutely busted Winota herself is.
Sure.
It's just
a good start point.
It turns out a lot of very good Magic cards are humans or non-humans. Drake, have you ever thought about that?
Those are the options, Cal. You could either be a human or a non-human.
It definitely helps that human is by far the most popular creature type in Magic the Gathering history by count. So
Interesting. Well, here is another human, this time on
Ooh,
Acceptance
Kenan.
Battlefield, Keenan Bonder Prodigy. We've seen that card do quite a bit of work through our Swiss and even our semifinals match.
Speaking of cards that cares about non-humans,
what's with the human hate? Come on. I guess this is both these cards from my
all those weirdo Ikoria cards that have care about the non-human distinction.
You think? I mean, Luris probably in original printing Luris, indisputably the best creature ever printed. Companion Luris with the nerf, also probably the best creature ever printed. So you focus so much on all of those broken cards.
Yeah,
you'd forget about the other broken cards, the Keenans, the Winotas, all that stuff. So, Ikoria was a powerful set.
It really, really was. Oh. All right, chat's
we'll see. Diabolic Intent gonna go ahead and get rid of the Noble Hierarch. That's
probably
big.
Yeah, got a lot of mana. You know, you got your Kinnan in play. Kind of a little bit surprised that we didn't choose the Deathrite Shaman, but you know, Alex, good Magic player, probably better than me. So,
well, we'll have to update the official rankings to find out for sure. But either way, Alex definitely here in the top 4. You definitely not in the top 4. That's the math I got.
Exactly.
As we are Diabolic Intenting.
Yeah, Diabolic Intent. I assume this just finds ad nauseam and the game is over.
There's a Ranger Captain in play. That one's tough to beat. I feel like
true.
Isn't Keenan? I'm sorry, Kenrith more of like a Dockside deck? Really good with Keenan. I don't know. I kind of reach for Dockside.
I think that Dockside is in fact correct here. And yeah, a lot more of a little Dockside Emil loop kind of funzo deck. Maybe not Emil, but you know, use your commander to reanimate stuff, etc., etc.
Yeah. That would be exactly correct. As Alex doing a quick shuffle. Yeah, I don't know exactly how much mana the Dockside makes you. I mean, we can probably find it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 treasures. Double that with Keenan to 14 plus the black that's left over from the talisman. 15 mana. Yeah, there's the Dockside flipped right over. Yeah, pretty hard not to grab that one with a Keenan already in play, and it's pretty powerful. See if anybody has anything to say about, you know, Alex making like 15 mana or whatever.
Yeah,
doesn't
exactly. Quite a bit. Oh, so true, bestie.
These Mox Opals looking to be only detrimental for the
Mox
players.
Opals looking pretty monkus right now. Do we have an official count right now? Is it actually 15 or are you just exaggerating? It's 1, 2, 3.
I mean, it's only 7 treasures. The problem is Keenan doubles that.
So yeah, I was about to say, like, it might as well be 1 billion mana right now. Exactly.
More or less. Yeah. Hard not to get something done with the Kenrith deck. And here is Mind Break Trap. Is that the third spell?
Trap to exile. Let's see. We have cast Kinnan, and we've cast Diabolic Intent.
Diabolic Intent.
Cast now Dockside. That is exactly 3 spells. However,
you could have waited on the Keenan.
Alex has a handful of cards and 1 mana. I bet it's going to be a swan song here.
Well, I mean, notably, Midget passed on it the first go round, so probably not a lot of interaction other than the Ranger Captain specifically from Comedian. Yeah, so I think if Alex can power through the interaction, Veil of Summer
is pretty dang good. That is a lot better than my
response.
Quite a bit better than my predicted swan song. I'm not going to lie.
Demonstrably better, yes. Yeah. Trigger Esper Sentinel, says Comedian. That is your first non-creature spell. I would love to draw some cards, please.
Also,
Ian saying, please do not move cards from the stack until I either draw cards or do not.
So, since we can always assume that these instants were cast in response to the Esper Sentinel triggers, so we're all good here. Ian's going to draw a lot of cards.
Well, it looks like the Veil of Summer is resolving.
Yeah, and you know, nothing happens.
Still has the option of like trying to find like a Spirit Guide and killing the Keenan, right?
Nothing happens. Yep, there we go. He can tripped and still gets his Dockside exiled.
Yeah, that prevents countering the spells, not targeting the spells, but prevents targeting the permanents, right?
Yeah,
Veil of Summer does not stop Mind Break Trap.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. And so the turn's gonna get passed, and yeah, wow. I can't imagine Alex knew that was the case, but it did
It's a
draw
little
a
bit of
card.
a little
So
bit of a
there's
feels
something for your
bad.
trouble, I
It's
suppose.
the cycle Veil of Summer. Yeah.
But Exile Dockside's tough. I mean, normally Kinrith is a deck that relies on its Dockside going to the graveyard,
I was
paying
gonna
that
say,
activated ability on Kinrith, and returning Dockside to play, right?
yeah. Yeah, this definitely puts Alex into a little bit of a tough spot here. So, and he went all in. He expended a lot of resources to put that Dockside into play. So
Yeah. And I think he, like me, initially thought that worked. I mean, I thought it just prevented targeting of everything, but no, it's specifically countering and then targeting of permanents, which is a lot of text on a card, easy to miss, especially after whatever 14 hours of playing Magic.
Exactly.
And clearly Alex did
and
not.
It's just yet another way how Mindbreak Trap is such a weird card. Count up to 3 spells,
Very
it's
powerful.
free. It exiles any number of target spells on the stack. It doesn't counter anything. It doesn't have a single target. It just blows everything up. Good luck.
He just gets it all. And now we're in a spot again where I think Comedian is like secretly, he's probably not talking too much about it right now. I think he's secretly the most threatening, right? If we let him untap with Ranger Captain, then if he has any mana source at all, Winota's back in play, and we are just crunching for a bunch
off to the races, because we've got 3 non-humans right now. We've got the Ragavan, we've got the Crater Maker, and we've got the Ornithopter. So it's a good start. That is for sure.
Inclined to agree with
and he got rid of his treasure, so he's down to being down 2 mana now.
Right, he got rid of the treasure so he could do the Ranger Captain thing.
Yeah,
okay.
we're gonna be a little bit far away from Winota on his turn, unless it's like literally Mana Vault, I guess. Sorry, Crypt.
I mean, there's 2 mana. I mean, Mana Vault's already played tapped, but like Jeweled Lotus works. I mean, how far away is 2 mana in a format dictated by Soul Rings and Mana Crypts?
Well, when you put it that way, I mean, it's 2 cards. And
I don't know. It's 2 mana.
It's like 2 cards in his remaining 84, Drake. That's like the probability is not incredible, but we'll see what happens.
How about Finale of Devastation X equals 5?
Hello? I'll take that. I like that. That's pretty odd. What are we getting?
It's a lot.
Dargo Thrasios? I wish I had the list in front of me right now. Oh shit, we got Alan and Mental Misplay in the chat. What's up, buddy?
It is very possible to do that. I believe we have Decklists.
Oh, yes, we do.
And Fierce Guardianship coming down for Forcon in response. That one, imagine, has to be targeting that Finale Devastation. Triggers Esper Sentinel. Comedian, of course, accruing value the more fights there are.
Yeah, it's for sure. We do not want the Thrasios player to have a Seedborn in this spot, I don't think. So I think that's a pretty easy snap counter, as one could say.
Agreed. I mean, even just like a Wandering Archaic in this kind of texture of a pod, I think is kind of problematic. Although Ian could easily beat that.
Yep. All right, Ian has made a very important modification to his Esper Sentinel token here, giving it a.
We drew the Esper Sentinel.
We have an Esper
looks good
Sentinel.
to me. It's like the same artwork. Get Eric Deschamps out of here. We got Comedian MTG here. Ready to go to town on the artwork.
We've also got Koval in the chat now. Welcome, Koval. Once again, we've got Ian in the top 4.
Great. He just doesn't lose. It's just not possible. As we untap,
no Seedborn. Unless the Blue Farm player really has something going on here, this just feels.
It really needs to get the mana started. Being stuck on only lands for mana is really tough for Blue Farm.
Yep, exactly. Ian did art. He wins. Yeah, exactly. Modifying your Esper Sentinel token even more here.
A border. That's the artifact border, in case you're curious. That's what that is. That's the little artifact border. So we now know it's an artifact.
We now know it's an artifact.
Tim getting in the red zone, getting busy. You have to imagine that's coming at Alex. Not interested in blocking is he, I imagine.
With Kinnan, no, I can't imagine that he is.
And draw cards, Fire of Industry.
Yep.
Good
all right.
Card.
4th land.
Powerful Magic card.
4th land. All right. Hey, that Mox Opal would have been way better with an Esper Sentinel in play.
Inclined to agree with you. Blue Farm player doing a big thing. Like I said, I really think he needs to get the mana started. Like normally one of the most tutored 4 cards in the times that I played Blue Farm is Mana Crypt. Because you do just want to use your
get
mana every
rolling.
turn.
Yeah. Deploy as many value engines as possible, et cetera, et cetera.
Indeed. Doing a big thing here. Only 4 lands, like I said, really tough. Even something like a wheel that would normally be kind of part of like Forcon's plan, I think, especially against decks that are looking to deploy clunkier spells. Not looking super good in the face of Ian getting an next turn. However, Drannith Magistrate does look pretty good, especially when Crater Maker can't kill it.
Yeah, Crater Maker can't kill it. I was about to say Crater Maker is in play, but 1/3 versus 2 damage. Woof. Never know what'll happen. Feels like Drannith is one of those cards. I think Drannith is one of those cards that when Ian's deck is just kind of incidentally pretty weak to. I mean, obviously, I'm sure he like accounts for it a little bit, but like even one of his possible ways to get rid of it, Shatterskull Smashing, is in exile under a Mox Opal right now. So
extremely true.
It could be tough. I'm looking at the options. I'm looking at our options right now. From his
he does fine when we have Ranger Captain to protect it. So we did let Ian untap with the Ranger Captain. Definitely a lot safer with a Drannith added to the mix. But I mean, if Ian just has a removal spell for it at basically any point and can set up a removal spell plus Winota. I mean, you're asking for a lot at some point with a deck with no selection. Winota, not known for his tutors.
So again, looking at his default list, obviously it's the default list here. The options we're seeing are Path, Swords. I know there's a creature in here somewhere.
Solitude.
Solitude. Yep. Solitude is what I'm looking for.
It might be an Abrade too.
Solitude. There is not an Abrade in his current default list. And then of course Shatterskull Smashing, which as I just alluded to, it is in fact an exile underneath of his Chrome Mox.
Absolutely.
So we're down. We're missing one of four options out of the default list to get what he needs. But I mean, at this point, yeah, it's super busted to put stuff into play for free, obviously, off of Winota. But the way this game's going, we might just be able to see Ian just play out a ton of creatures and go chill.
I mean, Ragavan getting in the red zone here. Professional Facebreaker was played for turn. So like making 2 treasures, getting access to a bunch of different cards. Now, unfortunately, you don't get to play anything. You only get to accelerate your mana because of Drannith. So doing a little bit of double duty there. But I think mana is kind of where Ian wants to be. If he's looking to accrue mana and eventually set up some kind of turn that involves crack Ranger Captain, kill Drannith, and then put Winota into play. That's very mana intensive. And getting that all started, I think, is going to be a big part of the equation as Crater Maker, Ranger Captain also look to be getting in the red zone here.
Yep, totally makes sense. And I think like the world where Ian totally can just like set up until eventually Drannith leaves the battlefield is just, I think he's very well situated to get there.
Agreed. I mean, I think Kenrith definitely a deck looking to get rid of the Drannith in order to put Kenrith into play, and then Midget already has Thrasius in play, maybe a little less needing Drannith to go as second Esper Sentinel. If first Esper Sentinel's so good, what about
how about a second Esper Sentinel? Why not, King?
And how about your own
Drannith of his own? Okay, let me ask you something here. We've got only I can say. Let me ask you a question here, Drake, actually, about this Drannith Magistrate. Do you think that Ian is maybe actually incentivized to just leave only one Drannith Magistrate on the battlefield to maybe guide his opponents toward what I believe would be a misplay in removing the only one Drannith on the battlefield in hopes of accelerating their own game plan?
I don't know. The thing is, Canadian, knows how to adapt to the pod. And he knows he's playing against players that are going to sniff out a lot of Ian's typical.
I was about to say, we're in the finals. All these players are good.
Right. My thoughts here are that Ian is looking to accrue card advantage with double Esper Sentinel and is looking to really bog the game down. And like you said, just deploy his own stuff. Instead of being like, all right, I'm going to cheat with Winota and just like get all the mana and all the cards with it. They get the joke. Drannith is not leaving the battlefield with Ian getting a turn. That's not going to happen. And I think he knows that. So he's like, okay, I'm going to deploy my own so I can really lock everything down. And we're going to play this the long way because I have 2 Esper Sentinels. If you try to do anything, I'm going to draw a bunch of cards, and then I'm put more stacks into play, and the noose gets tighter. So
yep, I get you.
We'll see exactly how this plays out. But I think that Comedian very successfully is realizing that Winota may have to just be abandoned as a game plan here, and we'll see exactly how well Winota can function in that scenario.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. You know, I always forget that players are smart. You know, we can't fool everybody.
There's a reason Comedian wins non-stop without fail.
It's because players like me are silly and listen to him and then lose.
It's okay. I probably fall for it too. He's just such a good Magic player. So good at finding exactly the way to phrase things and the way to get people to do what he wants.
Exactly what needs to happen. Exactly. Oh, all right. Moving.
Imperial Seal here. We've looks like both players had pretty unimpactful turns underneath the Landrenus. Imperial Seal being fired off for Forcon. We'll see if Ian has any kind of response. Only 2 cards in hand. Probably doesn't have an Aven, but who knows? He's had a bunch of Avens, a bunch of Ogmas all night long, and they have looked very, very good every single time as Imperial Seal is resolving.
I will be very interested to see where we end up here, specifically because Ian, please get so much sleep after this. Yeah, exactly. Ian in the finals with COVID, by the way. Positive COVID test this morning. He's just
making the money, coming and going. Well, sick.
Running on fumes.
Absolute monster.
Didn't get lunch break today because, of course, his pod was the pod that ran all the way through the lunch break. Yeah, we're Imperial Seal here. This good. What do you think we're getting here?
Toxic Deluge is one of my first thoughts, but you have your own Drannith you're trying to protect, so that's tough. But the thing is, it's hard for blue form to do anything underneath an opposing Ranger captain. Like that needs to go. Maybe Fire Covenant. I would like Fire Covenant quite a bit, but life total seems like it's going to matter a lot in this pod. I don't know.
Yep, for sure. For sure.
Hand card pile.
Looks like we got a cut either way. Looks like we have a selected card here.
Yep.
That one on the left, the other left.
Going to finish the cut. And we do have a Timna, so like maybe there's some kind of attacks we can make it like accepted or whatever with one or both creatures and try to get ourselves the card right away. That might be what we're looking to do, but that does leave you tapped out for Ian's force. So I'm not in love with that as Timna going to get in the red zone and Drannith too. Choo choo.
Yeah, let's draw some cards.
Sure. I mean, it's a steep price to pay, I think, when we're talking about this battlefield. And I think that just screams Sweeper to be even more that he's willing to make this attack. Very, very desperate to draw the card and not worried about retaliation.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah,
I agree. The card did come. 2 mana tapped. Thassa's Oracle.
Hello.
The card.
Sure.
All right. Well, that's a way to do it. A lot of mana untapped for the table here for Thassa's Oracle being put into play.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. If you've got the opening, I guess just send it.
Send it. Demonic Consultation. What say you, table? Ian,
is that just it?
Has too much to say.
Wait, yeah.
Could crack Ranger Captain doesn't do anything. Alex reaching for mana.
Yeah, okay.
Offer you can't refuse. Well, I'm sure Forcon would love to refuse this particular offer.
And I'm sure Ian would maybe love to draw 2 cards.
No, I think Alex is very intelligently paying for that offer you can't refuse.
We did pay. Yep. Ian, use Mana Tithe, exactly. All right, no Demonic Consult. And it looks like we'll have a nice put 1 card on the top of your library and 1 card on the bottom of your library here.
Little omen speaker, if you will.
A nice fair yeah, exactly. I love resolving an omen speaker in my cedh pod or my Pauper Cube, the 2 places really.
Mikey coming in huge here.
Mikey coming. Hey, thanks for all the subs,
gifted
buddy.
subs. Holy cow.
Thanks, Mikey.
What a man.
You should know one of them.
That's why he's the VIP in chat here. Thank you, Mikey. Big Mikey Hollahan fan.
Thanks, Mikey. Any Dodgers in chat?
Any Dodgers? There's probably a lot of Dodgers, but we'll see. See how many dodges there are. That's the entire miscast budget. That's true. Our entire budget blown on
Entire
PWP subscriptions. Thank you very much for the support, and all of you who got subs. Sound on chat. Show Mikey some love as we have our final pod of the day here. A long, grueling day of Magic for all these players. Windfall, the follow up. Looks like. Not sure. I think no. I'm sorry. That was Exile. I was like, how did we cast this? No, we did. Look, I was too busy paying attention to 20 gifted subs. Instead, I believe that is hit off of the Ragavan.
Yeah, that makes sense. And maybe is that something that Ian wants to cast? He has 2 cards in hand.
Yeah, hold on. Is it really just 2
Oh,
cards?
I don't think he can. There's a draft play.
Oh yeah, I'm a stinky little baby.
I wouldn't go that far.
It
Well, actually,
only
Windfall
took-
into the graveyard. I don't know where this. I don't know why this Windfall was revealed and put in the graveyard. But what I can tell you is,
Are we milling?
Blue Farm player is drawing a card.
Yeah, pass.
Sure.
Sure, indeed. This is what happens. I look away for 1 second, and there's Windfalls flying around. There's cards going to hand.
What is happening?
Just-
Wait. Okay. Hold
I
on.
don't know why.
This is crazy.
It is
I've-
crazy
everyone-
indeed.
Still resolving.
So maybe some kind of like
do one thing at a time.
Winds of Rebuke resolved. I can see player. I think
But I will anyway.
Midget
1, 2, 3.
put an Air Mesa and a Neoform in the yard after shuffling. Not sure how that happened. And Ian looks to be holding 2 cards there. Don't know if those are Esper Sentinel cards or if these are cards in hand. They appear to be cards in hand. Okay, so we might actually be resolving a Windfall here. Trying to piece together what is actually happening after all of this.
I'm not sure how we're resolving a Windfall because from what I was aware of, we entirely tapped out to cast Thassa's Oracle and Demonic Consult. And there's no way we're casting it off Ragavan because Traneth exists.
Yeah, Mox Opal's tapped, so I have to imagine it involves some flavor of artifact mana.
Yeah, sure.
Everyone,
We were
Get a
just so
great
busy
look, though.
looking at all those copy pastas and
Yeah, the chat's just going
Subs.
wild. You give a chat some subs. It's like give a mouse a cookie. You give some chats some
yes,
subs,
okay.
and they give you a card.
It was the 2 treasures off of offer you can't
Off the offer you can't refuse.
turned
See,
on
look at that.
Opal. Yep. see?
Imagine knowing all the cards.
Look
that
at
are
us.
being cast.
Okay, so how
We
getting
pieced it
card in your
together.
works is you have a card in your hand that's
Yeah,
not
it looks like there's a
this is
lot of
what we're going to
discussion
do is
here
we are
about
going
this
to
Windfall.
you, basically.
Yeah.
We will collectively
I
choose
don't-
card
Yeah, a lot
that's
of
not
people
supposed to be
talking.
there.
A lot of
We will
No.
return that to the
a lot of
random
honk.
library and
Got any
resolve it.
honks in the chat?
Okay, so
No, there's no honks in chat.
A low honk.
okay.
I hate
Um,
that quite a
So I'm gonna
bit.
go around and
Thank
we're
you,
going
Gal.
to
Don't worry, it's going on right
in
now.
that hand.
A
Um,
Dark Ritual, LED, Swan Song are being revealed. Did we draw one too many
It
cards?
will be
That
going
might be what's
to
happening
the
here. I think Forcon might have drawn one too many cards
we're all
and is
just
getting
like,
thought seized or whatever.
oh, okay.
Except
So there's just like a
Gotcha.
lot of talking going on, and it seems like maybe the most cards in hand was 2, and
Yep.
Forcon drew
for
3.
LED. So LED is going to go into your library. We're going to shuffle the random portion.
My
of the
cats are
library.
popping
You
off
mentioned
right
this at
now.
the beginning
Sorry
of
if
the
I'm a
video.
little bit
Or
distracted.
no, what did
Might
you
have been
say?
popping
Tearing
off all day
around-
too. They hear me talking in there. It's
Tearing
crazy.
around my office.
It looks like LED is the
So we need
card
bottom card
selected
into
by
the-
Yeah.
the table.
Yep, shuffle
It's that or
back.
Swan Song. I don't know if they vote on it or what, but
Yes. So now
card is
shuffle
going
I
to get
think it's a
shuffled in.
vote.
I think we knew the
Yeah.
bottom card thanks to
That pile
Thassa's
you have in
Oracle, so that
hand
one needs to stay.
Present the Brazilian
And then
cut.
we will randomize this card. Yeah, it looks like a judge call.
Yep.
Well, judge call, one too many cards. Took care of that.
Thank you, judges.
I guess the upside from Forcon is his hand wasn't great.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know, there's a lot of mana, but like, there just wasn't a lot going on. It doesn't solve anything on the battlefield. So the upside there, easy mistake to make, long day of Magic, but not actually that punishing. It's not like there's one clear best card by a lot.
Running the Brazilian cut.
We are now doing the Windfall, correct?
We're doing the Brazilian
As
cut.
we
and then we're gonna
see
do
the
So
cut
Brazilian cut.
here
3, 2,
happen.
1.
And comedian getting another turn with a Ranger Captain. Like I said, it's just kind of TikTok on the clock. Multiple
Yep.
Esper Sentinels involved in this mix, and eventually Ian will find a removal spell. He plays a fair bit. You called out a few of the notable ones, especially the mana efficient ones. And as soon as he does, I mean, Ranger Captain into like Crack Ranger Captain into a removal spell into Winota is just kind of tough to beat.
Wait, no, I had one
Mhm.
card in hand.
Removal spell, of
I
course, for the
totally
Draenith.
agree.
Can't cast Winota without it.
Ian had 2 cards.
And then he drew those 2 cards.
These are the cards I drew.
Windfall was
If I windfalled again, I would be going 2 cards. deep.
So we had to thought seizing twice. Is that what I'm hearing?
No. Okay,
See
guys. The
So,
2 cards.
exactly what happens
card did you discard to
here.
windfall that was originally in your
Post
hand when you
Thoughtseize
cast the spell?
thing being resolved.
Oh.
So
I have to imagine we're out of game actions we could take. Dark Ritual and Swan Song, not really adding a whole lot
Yeah.
to Forcon's board, so I imagine we'll be passing to Comedian momentarily.
all right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it
So,
seems
alright,
like
so
we're
everyone, please,
doing.
I'm
We're
sorry,
getting
but
there.
guys,
We're getting there.
very
This one
clear.
is, I thought it
have
might be a little
the
grindy, a little
intent to resolve
slow.
a windfall.
This
Okay.
one's a little more grindy
Hold on,
and slower
I need
than
you
I
to
thought it
explain
would
It's
be.
definitely grindy and slow. I mean,
Physically
it's kind of undeniable at this
Here's what
point.
I
I think this is
I drew my 2 cards.
safely grindy
and I
and
was about to
slow.
put the Swan Song in
Yep,
the bin,
sure.
and then like this shit happened.
Okay, so you tried to resolve.
Is
the
this
back
still
piece, so you didn't
going?
even
Yes,
discard
it
the swan
is.
song that you're supposed to
This
It
discard.
is
sure is.
certainly
Yeah, I
still
just-
going.
Okay.
So we're entering into
Do
our
we know about the swan song? Can we confirm
14,
the
but we
swan
don't
song
want to
is the
think
swan
about
song?
that. It's fine.
No.
Hey, I don't know. The little live indicator says we've only been live for about 8 hours. So Cal, I hate to do the math for you, but you know.
3 times.
We've never shut
Look.
the stream down in our lives. I don't know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
the streams never come down.
So the hidden card information.
I think-
applied.
All right, here we go.
Fix this
See if we
correct,
get an
it's the
update here
thought
We're
from
seizing
just
for hidden
yeah. I was
card.
gonna
What are we
say, let's see
doing
if we can.
here?
What's going on here?
So
I think that if I had to guess, it'd be more judge conversations, but
2 of those cards are supposed to be in your hand, and one of them is supposed to be.
it
in your
looks
graveyard.
like, I mean,
So we all know
Alex
that the
took
3
his
cards
headset
that
off, so
were
it
in
might be like a
that
private
set,
judge call or something.
Yep.
Dark
Makes sense.
Ritual, LED,
We do
and Swan Song.
have
So we will.
yeah, it looks like our head judge Chris is talking down
Yes,
there right now. So
we are going to resolve this
Cool.
correctly.
yep.
Resolving any potential issues. We do have a extensive judging staff
Okay, do
on
not
hand
move to the bottom
to
part of the
handle
library.
these situations, and they are, of course, watching the game,
Once again,
finishing, resolving everything.
Yeah.
Stay there.
We
Helping
are
us out
still
at every step of the
randomizing,
way.
All right, so just go get your LED, and then we're gonna reveal your hand again. and we're
putting.
gonna
Yeah,
reveal
I don't know what the
this
resolution
time-
is. We'll get an actual update for
we
what's
all know
happening
that
here.
what
In the
happened was you
meantime,
drew 2 cards, you didn't discard the
Yeah, this
cards
game
in
has
hand.
no sign of ending
So
anytime soon.
we
And
are
basically
going
every
to
single
know
turn,
which
somebody
card
interacts with the stack
you
piece, and
have
then more
been
stack pieces comes
discarded
down, which is
into the right.
not progressing the game in a forward direction for basically anybody but Ian, who is very interested in winning the game via, combat damage, either through a combo of the infinite variety or just straight beatdowns and things like Blade Historian. The life total is ticking down here every single turn.
Yeah, everyone
Does,
should
I
get
think,
a chance to
favor
speak
Ian in the
before
long
we make
run,
this decision.
although the opposing Draneth, after Winota was answered the first time,
Uh,
is very much kind of the nightmare scenario for the Winota deck built around its commander. If he's looking for a repeat, he's going to need to draw pretty well from here, I think.
Alex.
Yes, totally.
This has to be a wild judge call if we're just going through every card at a
The
time.
entire library.
Found LED. LED
Okay,
is
we're getting
back in
LED
here.
back.
Okay.
I feel
All
like
right.
maybe what happened here is they tried to resolve the windfall on their own. Somebody called a judge. The judge is maybe having them resolve it a little bit differently
I'm just gonna put these
than they originally
Yes,
planned.
yes.
Yeah, it looks like that
Shuffle
may
your
be
deck,
the
and then
case,
it's
and
gonna be
this is the benefit of having judges on hand. They will let you know what is correct
Yep.
and how this is going to work. But it looks like we're back to the Thoughtseize bug thing and maybe voting on it again.
They're going to the
Yeah.
bin.
What happens if it's
Because
tied? You just put your whole
added
whole
2
hand on
cards
bottom
to
or whatever.
the set that are supposed to be in your hand. 1 card is supposed to be in the bin. It's a hidden card, so the table doesn't. We can't confirm what it is. So this is how we fix hidden card error.
We'll get an update for you just as soon as we have one. Looks like we are in the process of typing one up. So as soon as that's finished typing, we'll let you know exactly what happened here. Like I said, it looks like the windfall resolved and one too many cards is drawn, and we're trying to figure out how to resolve that in a multiplayer scenario.
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I think the answer is
Always intriguing to figure out these things.
my vote, at least. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that one.
What is that card in the middle there? We've got Swan Song. We've got
Dark
LED.
Ritual.
Oh, Dark
Come
Ritual.
on, it's one of the
I can't-
classics.
I can't keep track of all these different
I
dark
see, I think-
cards.
Yeah, there's basically new art every time it's printed. The OG is the best.
The dark red.
Sandra. Yeah, Forcon drew the cards from Windfall before discarding is how this happened. Oh.
It's in the graveyard. Okay. You should.
Oh, that's a mess.
Oh, and then what actually happened wasn't explained correctly, and so we just had to rewind it 9,000 times, and so
That makes
here
sense.
we are.
No, that's
Okay, so yeah, oh, that makes sense. So Forcon had one card in hand already, then drew the correct number of cards, but didn't discard the card that was in hand. So we're just doing the Thoughtseize bug, but instead of putting it in library like what happened originally, it has to go to the graveyard because it's supposed to be discarded to Windfall. And now the board state is repaired.
Except for
All right, we got there. We did it.
I'm not doing any. I'm not touching anything.
You got
And
it.
now we're back off to the races. Ooh,
And it looks like
discarding.
Ian discarding the Sarah Ascendant you called out. And what was that? A Mer?
Yeah, Goldmer, I believe.
Goldmer. Yeah.
So,
Taps for white.
why play talismans when you can play talismans that trigger your
Winota. Busted. Busted. Absolutely busted.
All
All right, so Ian's getting another turn. And as I mentioned, he now has a ton of mana. And
Yeah,
if he draws anything that could deal one more additional point of damage and or just straight up kill a Dreadeth Magistrate, I have to like Ian's chances of winning basically on the spot.
Oh, for sure.
Took a damage on draw step from our mana vault is Ian.
Yep.
Looks like a fetch land being deployed. Bloodstained Mire, if I had to guess.
I would like to
Very quickly
getting
going to
there.
fetch.
Okay. You're good. Cool. Lovely. I will go get a.
Fetching up, I assume a shrine, Sacred Foundry.
Sacred
But
Foundry.
maybe not. Maybe we'll do something a little cute here. Maybe we get
I mean, you grab a basic, right? Your mana's
maybe we
near
get
perfect.
maybe we get a mountain or whatever because we're sure to find. Okay, that's Sacred Foundry.
Yeah, it's a Sacred Foundry. The new ones, Infinity. Let's go.
You know, I'm a big fan of the Galaxy foil. I don't love some of those arts, but the foiling is so nice that it makes me want to own all of them anyways.
I just picked up my Mind Goblin for Bergie. I can't wait to
Wow.
play the next Playing with Power video with my sticker deck.
Oh,
Galaxy Foil Mind Goblin.
Oh man, I also have some of those. I have some Galaxy foil cut in half that I don't think I'm actually gonna put into anything.
Yeah, I don't think that card's that good. But you know,
Theoretically, if I keep playing Yawgmoth from time to
yeah,
time,
you've been on a Yawgmoth kick.
it's a change of pace. That's
Oh,
what it is.
I'm.
But it's
I'm
another
phased out.
unearth
Don't worry about
effect.
it. It's okay.
It's another like copy of an unearth card, pretty much.
Sure.
So, when you're already like only able to play 5 and 2 of them are terrible, saw and half. Sorry, my bad, everybody. I'm just bad at Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, it's like you're not even paying attention to cards. It's like you don't even have Galaxy Foils.
Yeah, it's like I'm bad. Okay. All of that entire tangent.
Comedian counting mana here, a ton of mana available for him.
Yep.
You have to imagine counting mana with all of these resources. Probably not good. On the
No,
table.
not great.
Sacred Foundry entering untapped. Probably not a good sign.
Maybe he's just trying to figure out if he can double spell or not, you know?
Yeah, sure. Well, how big are these spells? You're just playing a bunch of tiny creatures that are stacks pieces. How big are these spells?
Let's see what we're doing here. It looks like we're going to combat.
Straight to combat.
I mean, I guess like at this point, he's probably just incentivized to try to take out this blue farm player as quickly as possible.
You know, 1/3 blocker is not nothing. It's not like Comedian's Force is just like powered up. There's no Blade Historians, no Ricks in the mix. Like Ragavan's not a great attacker too much anymore. Maybe you can hit Alex with it or whatever, but
No.
you know, you really only could do like 5 damage a turn. It's a tough, slow way to do it.
Yeah, it's a weird spot.
The thing's kind of grinding to a halt with this game, frankly.
I declare classes work.
Yeah, we're getting there. It's just we're getting there real slowly.
As we do.
My ass is Galaxy Foil. So true, bestie.
Can you say that? I think you can say that.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, okay. All right. You know, Cal, you don't have to do that. Please don't put the magic. You know what? Never mind. Looks like some card was Jesus. A land potentially exiled off this Ragavan. Not gonna get anything done. 6 treasures now for Comedian post combat.
Yeah.
I got the face.
Thanks for a lovely
all-
Ragavan friend.
All the treasures in the world and seemingly not much to do with them. Oh, we're tapping a lot of mana. We're
That's a
tapping
lot of mana. I mean, we did
mana.
see him kind of. I mean, this Sacred Foundry came in untapped. That to me signals that Ian's planning on using
1,
his
2,
mana, and
3,
he's using
4,
a lot
5,
of mana.
6, 7.
Oh, Amiria's call.
Oh,
Talk
For-
to me. How about 2, 4, 4 angels?
For
Yeah, there we go.
Oh my goodness.
sure.
Indestructible, huh? Huh?
Yeah,
This
all
is-
of his.
I
all of
don't
his
know if I've
creatures
ever
get
seen this card
indestructible.
cast in my life, much less
know?
in a game of cedh.
But these are the situations why we put them in the deck list, I guess.
Yeah, how about that? Amiria's call.
Mikey, Cal being awake is shocking. So true, bestie. I don't even know why I'm awake right now, but here we are. Yeah, Amiria's call kind of awesome in this scenario. He has all the mana in the world, so why not? 2/4/4 flyers. You know, he's trying to beat down at this point in the game, and all of his creatures will live through like anything that is not explicitly Toxic Deluge, which is like, I guess, probably the thing we're worried about anyways, but
until your next turn. Why until your next? I mean, I guess if you're paying 7 mana for 2/4/4s or whatever, maybe indestructible to your next turn makes some sense. Oh yeah, we got the art coming. This is comedian.
I hope we see a great angel drawing. Oh, look at those.
Look at those wings.
Question
Wow.
mark.
Oh, comedian never one to leave us with confusion as far as one of his drawings is. I mean, these are masterpieces at work.
Can we get the flying keyword on the tokens, please?
Absolutely not. It's an angel. It has wings on the card, Cal. You wouldn't put wings on something that doesn't fly, would you?
I don't know, but Drake, whatever's on your lip right now, looking kind of like pee pee poo poo.
Yeah.
I don't know. Mikey told me to say that and give more subs.
Well, tell Mikey he's a nerd. I
Mikey,
can't say bad things about him.
you're a nerd.
He gives a bunch of subs and he helps make the evidence thing happen. But the majestic mustache here.
The majestic mustache, is that what we're calling him these days?
Yeah, it's the MM here. It's the M&M.
Hell yeah,
Look,
brother.
Except it is drawing a magic card return. Oh, Jesus Christ, Cal. I didn't see if we got a Death Right activation on end step. I think that's a pretty good angle for Alex to have. Start activating Death Right. I don't know. Start draining, start gaining, doing all the stuff. Thrasios activation happening. Alex might have just drawn and passed if we're Thrasios activating here, which would be interesting. I mean, not a whole lot to do. We do have a Keenan activation, I think. We want it, right? Death Right maybe makes 2 mana for under Keenan.
Well, me insulting our mustache got 20 more gift subs, so we take those.
You know what? All right, fine. We take it. Is this like one of those how many gift subs to shave the mustache or whatever? I don't know.
Got any sub dodgers in chat?
I don't know. Did I dodge a sub?
I don't know.
A lot of dodgers.
I
A lot of
dodged a
dodgers
sub.
indeed. As
If
we
I
do go
was
back
done,
to Manny, I am Manila Midget. I finally figured out it's Manila Midget. Jesus Christ. These usernames. We should use people's real names. I can't do this.
I'm going to play.
I thought it was like
I
multiple
would agree with you.
words. It's Manila Midget. I figured it out. I'm doing awesome. In the
We
finals
figured
pod.
it out eventually.
Yeah,
finals
yeah. I mean, I
pod, we
talked
finally
about this
figured it
player
out.
for like 20 minutes earlier in the broadcast, but a lot of mana being tapped here.
Did somebody cast Saw in Half on Drake's mustache?
Yeah. Basalt
Mine,
Monolith. No Keenan from
Basalt Monolith is from
Manila.
here.
So
I'm thinking,
what are we doing with a Basalt?
Hold on,
Monolith?
Alex.
We've just got it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's funny. There's a player with Keenan on this side, and there's a player with Basalt Monolith on this side. Normally, those cards really only see play together.
Are we just like playing Basalt Monolith because we could get huge value out of Seedborn Muse? Is that the idea?
Sure, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sure. Works for me.
Oh, why not?
Tap Cradle for 2.
Cradle gonna make 2. And do we have Seaborn? We do have Seaborn. There it is.
Okay.
Huge
the
value. You wanted
follow-up.
huge value. Here's huge
The
value.
follow-up. Okay, we're it's going back in the hand. Hello.
Okay. All right. We're
Backing up. Why? I don't know if we're allowed to do that actually.
Passing priority on Basalt Monolith priority.
But hey,
What are you allowed to do? What? Put it back in your hand?
yeah.
I guess. What are we thinking
Oh.
about here?
I don't know.
Does the Basalt Monolith not work for some reason? Are we thinking about it still? I
We
can't imagine we're still
thought,
thinking about
yeah,
this. This
okay,
is not
we're
even that
just testing
scary.
Seedborn. Yeah.
The seedboard is far more scary. Predator wasn't passed on the monolith, apparently.
Oh,
So
okay.
we had
just wanted
to appropriately get everybody's say. There we go.
Sure.
We did. And now
Sure.
Seedborn Muse is on stack once more. Cool.
Sure,
Awesome.
sure.
I mean, whatever. If people don't have anything, they don't have anything. It's important to still do the
Yeah,
whole
we
priority
need to
rounds,
upkeep
especially
it. We
here in
need to
high stakes match.
Make sure it's fine. Yeah.
The next turn.
And it worked. I mean, we're passing the turn on tapping mana, Vault, and Basalt Mana. That's a lot of mana. We've seen this before. We've seen Thrasios Seedborn Muse against Comedian
That's okay.
attempt to run away with the game and fail. We will see if there is a run back in this particular scenario. If Manila will get ganged up on by the table as we go to Forcon's turn. I mean, a lot of activations available here. At least 2, maybe a third. Haven't done the math. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, 3 it is.
That's a ton of mana. That's a ton of mana.
Yeah. 3
All right,
activations
so-
on Thrasios a turn.
Mainly, suddenly, maybe the Dargo Thrasios player is just in the lead now. That's
We thought. We
egregious
thought that
amount of value.
Thrasios Seedborn was just like game over from these kinds of positions, and then Comedian just comes back and wins
You
in
know,
exact
that's
same
very fair.
scenario in top 16. And
Ian
so
ripping
kudos.
lightning bolt off the top of the library, you know.
Sure. Yeah, exactly. Right. We're literally a removal spell away from Crack Ranger Captain. Kill that, kill you. Great. Awesome. We would I'll
Well,
take my trophy. Thanks.
yeah, exactly. Something to kind of consider here.
You meant these 3 artifacts.
Is Alex. Alex has been, we kind of discounted Alex, we're like, okay, he's out of the game now. When, yes, understandably, he got kind of BTFO'd. He put all of his resources into getting a dockside, which immediately got exiled. But now he has kind of been accumulating resources. He's hit a few land drops. I think he has like 4 cards in hand or so now. And it's just been like draw going for the last 3 or so turns. Be interested to see what, if anything, he's kind of holding on to here. Obviously, he had the counter spell at the right time for Timna Crom's attempted win with the Thassa's tainted out of nowhere. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to seeing what Alex still has in store for us in this game, because everyone else at this point has kind of got their thing going. They're making a lot of game actions. Force of Negation going into.
I think we saw Gilded Drake
Dargo.
and Force of Negation, so we know
That's
Force
very
Blue
good.
card is available.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
Manila
Okay.
Midget here.
Yeah.
Now, Force of Negation, and once again, that doesn't work on the Ranger Captain. I can't emphasize. It's
Yeah.
easy to get lost in this board
Yeah,
state.
if-
That Ranger Captain for Ian can do a lot of work the second he draws a meaningful, impactful card.
Yeah, exactly. Just like as soon as Ian draws something that allows him to remove Draenith, he can just immediately sack. He can immediately sack his Ranger Captain, and then he doesn't have to worry about counter spells. He doesn't have to worry about removal for the rest of the turn. He's just the card's cracked.
You're good, dude. Yeah.
It's very powerful. Big Ranger Captain fan. It is one of the only things that keeps me from not playing just Grixis is the power of Ranger Captain. That's something you called out. Is Forcon losing his Ranger Captain to Ragavan, something that could matter as this game goes on, and it definitely matters here. I mean, this is an extremely interactive pod. Thrasios is online with a force we know about, and is going to be drawing a bunch of cards. Like these kinds of sounds effects have a big impact on very blue interaction heavy games like this. And so Ian having one, nobody else having one, it matters. It matters a lot. If Ian can get something assembled around that draft, right? We need removal spells. Ian needs a removal spell off the top. Red white doesn't have a lot of great ways to find it, especially with the professional facebreaker and Ragavan, that kind of stuff being shut off due to draft as well. So, I mean, it does require Ian to get a little bit lucky here, which so far he's not. But if he ever gets to a point where he does, I mean, it's basically a check mark on the spot.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
As Timna attacking once more, most likely, once again, at Alex.
Yeah, Alex is just kind of the free Timna professional facebreaker, Ragavan punching bag at this point in time. He doesn't want to lose his Kinnan, probably doesn't want to lose his Deathrite Shaman. Just gonna take some thwacks.
Absolutely. Mana Confluence added to the mix. And look at this. Blue Farm, just no mana acceleration. We're just making every land drop. Just just play a land every single turn and we have mana, I guess.
Yeah,
And
why
for the
not?
most part, Forgon's in this game, I think.
Push the Esper
Yeah.
Sentinel up a little
Not
bit.
shut out. This Drannith doing a lot of work to stop Ian from basically just winning on the spot.
Yep.
No, sorry.
Granted, doing a lot of work, and it is interesting too. Everyone's been doing their land drops. A lot of people have been, hitting their land drops, playing rocks, not casting many spells actually. And I think we have entered kind of the weird part of the game where Ian's Espers are like way worse than they were like 2 turns ago or whatever. Like they're still there. They still theoretically like should be paid for. But 1 mana is a heck of a lot different now than it was, 2 turns ago or whatever.
Interesting. So Crater Maker actually, I agree with you for what it's worth. Not trying to ignore you, but Crater Maker picking up Assault Monolith going to do quite a bit to stymie
for
the
sure.
Thrasios
Significantly
activations here.
Significantly less. And yeah, I mean, it's not like Crater Maker is going to be removing Drannith. Like, I don't. At this point, I don't think he's winning or losing over the difference in a 1 Winota activation when it comes to that, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I definitely agree with you.
So,
But yeah, back to your point, I do think the Espers are a lot worse at this point in the game. And I think the players are very much more incentivized to pay for them because Ian is so close to assembling something that just wins the game. And so, yeah,
it's different if he just like untaps and slams Rick, right? Because then they're suddenly like 3 3s and you have to pay 3 for them, which is crazy. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, interested to see where Ian has to take it from here.
I mean, he's got 2 4/4 angels, so if nothing else, we might just be on the we're still in do it the hard way mode. Baby. We can do this. Yeah, exactly. We can just do this the hard way. We can just attack everybody like this is casual magic and just beat you down. We can do that. We can do that.
And the crazy thing too here is that, especially since we haven't been getting many free humans into play here, it's not like this game isn't really super locked down either. Obviously, we have these Dranniths in play. There's a known force of negation, right? Theoretically, we can just turn somebody off for a turn with this Ranger Captain. Yeah, there's these Esper Sentinels you have to pay for, but it's not like there's a rule of law in play that would stop at the right time. Theoretically, Alex or our blue farm player could just cast Adnos on somebody's
that's what I was thinking.
And untap and still win the game. Yeah. Our life totals are really high. There's no meaningful stacks in play. Obviously we have a Thassa's Oracle that's exiled ?
Appears to be, yeah.
But I don't remember how that happened. But
it's been a long game, Cal. You gotta keep it together.
Last I remember, it was doing its best Omen Seeker impression.
Yeah. Blink Buff Nexus, I think, activated this turn. That one to be able to get some work done here in the air. If we're trying to go after Manila Midget, get them dead. I mean, 9 power in the air is a good way to do it.
Yeah, interesting to see where 9 is going. I could see it going at Manila Midget because they have such a big advantage. I could see it going at Forcon, just get rid of that Drannith over 3 turns. Probably better chance than drawing your Lightning Bolt or whatever. But Deathrite, duh.
Come on.
Deathrite activates.
I do that. I was just testing to see if you do that,
I don't believe you.
Oh, okay. Weird.
Yep. There you go.
as every creature that looks like it makes sense to turn sideways is doing so.
Yeah. No reason not to.
Damage.
All the way into the red zone, as we often say.
Looks like a lot of it's coming at Manila Midget. Interested to see this attack. I kind of like this attack. Building a little bit of rapport, I think, is Ian attacking the Seaborn Muse player over the Drannith player, even though the Drannith is kind of what's keeping Ian from getting things started. Kind of shows a good faith. I'm willing to attack the player that's the most ahead every turn because I can, and I want to stop the player that's the most ahead. And then leave the Drannith behind and say, I'm not just trying to selfishly win the game. I'm trying, to actually stop the players winning. But in reality, it doesn't really matter. Ian is still accumulating a lot of advantage. The life totals are still going down, which is ultimately what Ian actually cares about from this spot, I think. And as this game progresses and his board state gets more and more threatening, eventually something's going to come undone. And he's just going to have the most dominant board state, which I mean is definitely true for the moment.
The beginning of
for sure.
You can just
Yes, and Ian gets priority.
As
first
we
pick on
are
his end step.
thinking
Okay.
about
Are you
a
responding to his scalding
fetch
tarn?
here.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just respond to it. Yes.
It's
Sure.
either an airbase or a scalding turn. Don't have a great look.
Sorry.
That Ian's got here.
Yeah.
That is a
Three.
scalding
I-
tarn.
Fetch
I've
might be a
been
scalding
playing
turn.
Magic
There you
for
go.
15 hours at this point, dude. Like,
8.
So we will see what that's gonna do. Are we activating like in response?
Three activations all on top of each other.
What are we
all
doing?
good.
Activating Thrasios for sure.
Go for it.
I'll try to activate cannon. And
Alex reaching for mana. Are we like notion thieving? 5 mana? What are we doing for 5 mana? What is happening here?
4 constant.
Do I even have one?
6 mana?
Exiling a card from a graveyard.
Oh, we're activating Keenan potentially?
Hey, look.
Whoa, Keenan activation is
That hello. Yeah.
Yeah,
One,
that's
two,
what we're doing
three.
indeed.
Yeah, why not?
4 cards. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's making sure. Oh, 5 cards. Keenan is
Yeah,
5
get that
cards.
fifth one. Get that fifth one in there.
And he hits. He's taking a look. Doing a big
Non-human.
think.
So I'm gonna put these all on bottom.
Looks like we have brick.
It was a ranger captain. I really wish I drew that.
Yeah,
Big
I
one
mean,
bottom on a random order.
not shocked.
Any more?
Not as many hits as there is in a dedicated Keenan deck.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So we Keenan activated in response to the Thrasios activation.
Thrasios
Potentially looking for like
activation?
a Notion Thief or something. No, Notion Thief's a human. I don't know. I don't know what we're looking for there. But Thrasios going to be activated. Going to reveal. Didn't get a great look.
I'll leave that on top. Reveal a Flusterstorm. Third one.
Fluster Storm. Oh, we activated like 3 times.
Put that to the
Oh yeah,
bottom.
because Gaze created all that stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Reveal a
So-
Rejuvenating Spring.
Yeah, even without the basalt monolith being around, there's still a metric ton of mana
So
to
much
work
mana.
with here.
Yeah.
Stop,
My
stop,
goodness.
No.
And now the fetch is allowed to resolve. So we are still on Ian's turn. The fetch is resolving. We activated a key and we activated Thrasios 3 times, and now we are done.
Proceed to my turn.
Phew.
You can fetch whatever land
Insane.
you want, Ian.
That's so much.
There's a lot of moving parts to
I'd
this game for
prefer it to be
sure.
An island or a mountain, but you do you.
Let's
Yeah.
see what
I
we're
hope
looking
not.
to accomplish.
You never
here.
know.
Never let him play your name.
I mean,
Oh.
I don't really know what Ian can assemble that
Gotcha.
doesn't start with a removal spell.
I'll
I
wait
mean,
my turn then.
you know, maybe just straight up like
I'll
Kiki
attack
Jiki
with you.
conscript, some kind of stuff like that
That's how that works.
could be good enough.
Yeah,
But
it's
for the
usually like-
most part,
Okay, I'm gonna do my upkeep.
it kind of feels like he's done the manual beatdown plan.
Scene.
And like you said, Alex, hard to discount. Something like an ad nauseum when you're in black can immediately pull you back from spots that were pretty hopeless. Even in the face of something like Ranger Captain, we have extra turn effects. We have Final Fortune stuff that can kind of give you an extra turn if you get Ranger Captain or whatever. And you know, he could steal this game out of nowhere. That's just kind of like the power of black in these multicolor setups. And that's part of the appeal of playing all these colors. Even, you know, your mana is a little bit tougher. You know, your spells on average don't always line up because sometimes they whatever
9, 10,
colors, what
11, 12.
mixture, 2-card Monty. But part of the power of black is getting those rituals, those ad nauseums, and finding wins where really not a lot of the cards could.
Mana Vault and
Yeah,
1 green
exactly.
first. So
Exactly.
let me do this properly.
Looks like
I'm
we're
going to
tapping
tap
around with
for
even
Mana
more
Vault
mana here.
and guys
Moving
Grand
around
Vault,
some
2
cards, moving
remaining
around some
vault, 1
cards,
activation.
untapping. Weesh.
Yep, more
And
Thrasios
activating.
activations.
Scry to the bottom.
Reveal.
Worldly Tutor.
Worldly Tutor Hand.
Worldly
Okay.
Tutor. Yeah, it's pretty good. Good card.
That card feels like it has to be the start of something, right? Like Worldly Tutor. I mean, even like a Biomancer's Familiar
I'm going
is
to
just
in between.
kind of nuts.
use 1
Yeah,
green,
just make your Thrasios
pass the
even
Worldly Tutor.
better. Crazy.
Yeah, and we are just going to fire off a Worldly Tutor. We still have Thrasios activated, so we can draw it basically right away. And that's going to trigger both Espers. You see, Ian never forgets, immediately reaching for both his Esper Sentinels.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yep.
Cast force for free. I just want to recognize the Esper triggers.
Yeah.
We'll see if that one's going to be allowed to happen or not. A little bit of discussion happening here from the players.
Use the green floating and
Yeah, never know. Somebody's holding a mental misstep
pay for both. It's
at this
still
point in the
2, right?
game.
I think he needed to pay an additional mana. I think we did some calculations here on mana. And after Thrasios activation, we needed to actually just pay a mana here for the worldly.
Yeah,
No, we paid for Esper. I'm sorry. We paid for both Esper Sentinels, it looks like.
Do we have anything?
Cool.
Does
Yep.
people have
I
anything?
have a thing.
Paid for both Espers. Nothing like a 3-mana worldly
If you
tutor.
can start us off, I can-
I guess we'll see what we're gonna get here. The Dargo Thrasios deck, I think, is definitely like the pile here that I'm most in the dark about. Like I'm sure they
Same.
have. I'm sure they're like. I'm sure a core tenet of it is just like they would like to resolve their Dargo at some point in time and then like draw a million cards off of something like greater good. But past that, I'm just here.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I figured incorporating something like Neoform, trying to find like a Hull Breaker horror and go infinite and make mana and then Thrasios everything.
Yeah,
Not sure,
makes pretty
but
sense.
what I
That makes a
can
lot of
tell you
sense,
is
too.
Worldly Tutor got
I'm
Swan
gonna
Song.
pass on it.
Okay. Yep. You know?
So no thank you on that one. And
Swan
did not get a
Song
great
is
look if
resolving.
Esper's paid for. Esper was not paid for by
Oh, off that
Forecon,
one?
so
All right.
Yeah.
We've got 2 fresh cards for Ian. We'll see what happens with them.
Indeed we shall. As another Thrasios activation coming off. Force of Will. We already had Force of Negation plus Gilded Drake
my
that we knew about.
gosh.
Force of Will
Okay.
added to the mix.
I'm going
So,
to
As
declare
weird as
no
that
more actions
is
on
to
your
say,
actions. Alack.
are we on Darko Thrasios' turn right now? Is that what this is?
I think we're still on Alex's end step.
Interesting. I guess I am a little bit surprised there that if we were going somewhere with that worldly tutor there rather than just like popping it off, a little bit surprised to I'm a little bit surprised that we maybe didn't like burn the Force of Negation or something.
Fight over it a
there.
little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe. I kind of wonder with the Gilded Drake if we want to get that involved with taking the Ranger Captain, and then the Force of Will plus Force of Negation should do a
Yeah,
good job
that
of
just-
shutting
that
down
just does a good
Ian's
job,
chances
yeah.
of ever really shutting the door on the game with Winota. You do still need to answer the board, but the protection plus a little bit of stymieing, the lose the game out of nowhere potential could be extremely meaningful. But we'll see. I mean, there's a whole lot of information and decisions being made as Force of Negation pitching Gilded Drake is happening in response to a red blast that I have to imagine is coming after that Thrasios.
Yeah,
I don't think you enforce anything else. Is it the only legal target?
It absolutely has to be targeting that.
It ain't targeting the Swan, I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I don't know. What if it was?
It probably wouldn't get forced, Cal. Probably wouldn't get forced.
It's late. Some people don't know what's up.
I think these players here in our final pod, they know what's up. They know what's up. They certainly do, as they playing a high stakes Magic after a long day. Endurance matters.
Exactly. They've been playing high stakes Magic for a very long time, especially get caught in a game that goes to turns once or twice, and man, you haven't had much rest on the day.
That's one of the most impressive things too about Ian's performances. He's just been, games have looked like this all day because that's part of the nature of stack stacks. They tend to slow the games down, and that's something that Ian's next looking to do. Not really looking to win the game on turn 1 or 2, but instead, can win as early as turn 3. But realistically, mostly wins on turn 10, and does a very good job doing so against a variety of different contexts in cedh, like a variety of different pod compositions and all that kind of stuff. That's why we see Winota succeeding again and again in this format.
Untap, upkeep, I'm going to draw.
As we are untapping Mana Vault, does not get to untap this turn, so we are going to take a damage from that. Life total beginning to matter here.
Yeah, for sure.
Going to tap.
Slowly yet surely getting there. Astounding to me that the lowest life total in this game is 19. 19, 30, 30. Soul Ring. Love a Soul Ring.
Big Soul Ring fan. I think that was the card they picked up earlier. I didn't get a great look at.
Yeah,
Follow up.
I think that is the Secret Lair Soul Ring from this year.
1, 2, 3, 4,
From the
5.
Pride.
Two.
Am I correct?
Sorry, it's a little hard for me to keep it not that way.
Maybe not. Let's see if it'll pull up for me. I don't know. Whatever. It's a Soul Ring. I'm pretty confident in that much. As
All right. Did Ian just draw some cards?
yeah, I think so. I think there was a question on Esper Sentinel if we were paying for that or not.
Yeah.
And
that is.
it's hey, whoa, there's a Keaton. More Keatons. Keaton's
my
everywhere.
Day late and
Alright.
$1 short with no basalt monolith, but this is still a metric ton.
Make more sense.
Metric ton of mana here as well.
It's a lot of mana.
It's
And it's going to be a lot more meta after Seaboard Music taps that Mana Vault.
Oh, exactly. It's
Three.
gonna be so much mana.
Bloom
We're
Tender.
going to Mana Town. Hey, Thrash. Keenan also
green,
+1 cradle
we'll
count,
say I'll make
baby.
2 green and then
True.
I'll use 1 green.
True. +1 Cradle count. Adds
All
more
right.
mana through this Bloom Tender. All
Looks
this
like
stuff. And
we're
remember, we still know about a
jamming.
Force of Will as Llanowar Elves enters the mix as well.
Yeah.
We know about a Force of Will from Midget. So
Yeah.
My God.
even if there's some kind of in-step, like trying to stop your Seaboard Beast from happening, it's probably not going to work.
No.
Yeah. Guys cradle for
Force,
1,
but
2,
down to
3,
2 cards
4,
in hand,
5,
it looks
6.
like. Granted, we have a trillion activations, right? That can certainly find us some
I will have
certainly find us some more blue cards to play with,
11
but
mana.
are down to
Definitely
2
a
cards in
trillion.
hand.
Give or take
somehow.
a couple 100 billion, but yeah,
Yeah,
about a trillion.
exactly.
Seedborn,
Approximately.
Llanowar.
Well, it's a lot of
Thrasios,
dice
Cannon,
we've got
and
on the
Aether.
Soul Ring. I can't imagine we actually have 11 mana floating right now,
Sorry,
but
it's a
I'm
little
also
Yeah, I don't know
Uh,
why I thought that was a treasure. That's
That we
cool.
do.
Somewhere around
I
here.
mean,
have
what? We can do the
swans,
math.
I just-
Cradle makes
all
1,
good.
2,
As
3,
table
4,
understands
5,
the
6.
fish correctly.
Soul Ring makes
Yep.
3. That's 9.
All good.
Uh,
I'm going to use
Yeah, never
4,
mind, I take it
go
back.
to
2 more
2,
comes from
1,
somewhere. I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
we've
Maybe
got,
leftover
we've
mana
got
from
a,
Bloom
we've
Tender?
got a blue tender around, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're going to
All
use
right.
4 of it. Activate
Activation.
Thrasios.
Holding that Ranger Captain.
Quick
for
think.
dear life.
Reveal. Actually, we'll put that to the bottom.
Scry to the
Reveal
bottom.
like Goblin Bombardment.
Reveal.
Reveal. Is that Goblin Bombardment?
Yeah.
That sounds correct.
I'm going to use 2 green.
That is what it looked like to me.
uh,
At a glance. Now that would fuck this
and do
game up.
another Thrasios.
That-
yeah, Goblin Bombardment could do
that-
some work.
That kind of makes that could make Ian a little sad, I think.
Reveal a Spellseeker.
Sagittina Spellseeker.
Spellseeker,
reveal.
another quite strong grab.
Great.
Blue and 2.
Strassius Dargo player seems to be drawing all the cards in the world. And-
Spellseeker is the cast here.
yeah.
Have some help.
Okay. What does that
Alex-
grab? Cyclonic Rift?
Oh, please.
We can see this again. I mean, this is what we saw
Yeah.
last time, right? Like Ian casts a rule of law, gets rifted in response, and the game goes on forever and Ian still wins anyway. So, I mean, it literally feels like deja vu 101 right here.
Will it trigger
God.
Players doing a little bit of conversation here about this Spellseeker. Can't imagine we're interested in fighting over this. I mean, it's just a 1/1, right?
No.
Does add more mana through Gaia's Cradle.
It's a 1/1 that like goes against a very powerful spell, which some people may not care that much about. Some people may care about. All right, Alex tapping some mana. Maybe
Alex
doing
mana
something in
tapping
response.
Intuition.
Any mana tappers in the chat?
Alex's as
Yeah.
Intuition in the stack. Have to imagine he's targeting one of the non-green players.
One, I'm going to go
Did
get-
somebody get rid of Basalt? The Kinnan players, Basalt, not Kinnan players, sorry, Thrasios Dargo players. Basalt was blown up by Winota's Goblin Crater Maker. a few
Yeah, it
minutes
was
ago.
removed. Otherwise, this game would be pretty over.
Yeah, this game would be very over if not for that.
So we'll see. We're fetching in response, it looks like, to Intuition being on the stack. I think that's a breeding pool from the original Masterpiece series going to come into play. Likely untapped if we're fetching now.
Yeah.
Looking to interact with Intuition, perhaps?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Ian's actually
I
really
mean, I don't know. Are you that scared? Like, what are we scared of here?
Good cards.
Interaction plus breach Savines? I don't know.
Yeah, it's
Does
just
that,
like
does that even matter?
I don't think so.
3, 2, 1.
I just don't know. What are we doing here? We're doing some cutting.
Yeah, this. Imagine playing a Timber deck that doesn't have Malcolm in the command zone. Coming out
What
here
if,
with
what
some
if,
hot
what if
takes.
accepted like targeted midget and is about to get Veil Summered? I doubt that's what's happening, but
That would be brutal. I've always wanted to see that happen in a cedh game. It has yet. I have yet to see that actually happen, but I've always dreamt about it.
you dreamt about it. There was a setup once where I had a player deflecting SWAT to me and I Veil Summered one. That was pretty cool.
That's pretty hot. What are we deflecting, swatting, and intuition
What do
for?
you wanna say, Ian?
Because you said you had Veil of Summer.
Yeah, I said I had Veil Summer. I was like, hey, like we can stop this if you SWAT it to me. I have Veil Summer.
That's hilarious, actually.
Yeah, it was actually gas. But either way, I doubt that's happening here. So what I'm trying to figure out is what is happening here. It looks like Ian drew cards off Esper's Sentinels. That was allowed to happen thanks to Intuition.
Mhm.
And we are doing some communication
He has a
once
fluster that he
more.
hasn't cast.
Yeah, so that's the problem is how many spells have been cast.
Enough that he can't pay.
Soul Ring, Spellseeker, Llanowar.
Can't get a great
Kinnan,
listen to what they're talking
Too
about,
many.
but
4.
Yeah, too many.
Are there any creature spells you can
chat is just
That's
ablaze.
popping off.
These are just the most insane jabber you've ever seen in your life.
Any copy pasters in the chat?
I've never copied pastas a thing in my life. Looks like we're counting the amount of spells that have been cast this turn is what I'm getting
Yeah.
confirmation of.
Some
Storm counts.
little storm count. What are we doing with a storm count? Are we just trying to mill Kenrith out of a relevant spell? A fluster
That
storm?
Seems ambitious.
It seems ambitious. Fluster storm count may be relevant. I feel like storm count may be above
There'll be another
3.
priority on the spell
Got a fluster storm around.
I mean, we've done a lot of activating Thrasios, not as much
I was going to
casting
say
spells.
we've cast Spellseeker, we've cast Kinnan, we've cast Elves.
Elves, yeah, the Llanowar elves. 1, 2, 3. We cast Intuition. That's 4.
I was commenting.
That
on
it?
But I spew out part of my
Soul
life.
Ring 5?
Yeah, they've got a pretty arbitrarily high storm count for most things now.
The heavily played long.
Okay.
Goddamn, that was good.
Chat is almost as high as playing with Power Count right now. I am stone cold sober right now, actually. I'm sleepy. A little sleepy guy right now.
Yeah. Any sleepers in chat? Any resident
I was about to
sleepers in
say, any
chat?
resident sleepers in chat?
Thassa's Oracle, Savine's Opposition Agent were the targets, and Opposition Agent is the card that was given. So that's gonna stop Spellseeker. It's a good way to do it. I'm surprised the table's just okay with letting Alex have an Opposition Agent on a Spellseeker.
Yes, I will. I'm just trying to think if there's some way that we get cheesed out here, but yeah.
Feels-
Oh no, somebody's typing out the Stone Cold Steve Austin copy pasta line by line.
Perfect.
4 beers, 5 beers, 6 beers, 7 beers.
Hell yeah, brother.
I drank a beer.
I haven't even
Then
done
I
it
drank
yet.
another
It's
beer.
literally holding priority.
3 beers,
Talking about his own.
4 beers, 5 beers.
213.
Oh my god. Oh my goodness.
10
Opposition
beers.
Agent.
Yep.
Just 10 beers. That's how many that Manila is going to be reaching for after this Opposition Agent yoinks that Spellseeker.
Yeah.
The sack has resolved.
A lot of hand waving from comedian and thumbs up and hand waving. Hand waving and thumbs up.
All right. What are we? Snap passing, I guess.
We'll do the oppo agent.
Maybe he just wants to get it over with.
I'm good. We're good. I'm fine. I'm tired of being Dranith. I'm over it.
Yeah,
Sucks.
exactly. Just Ian's like, can we get this over one way or the other? I
Right.
have COVID. I would like to sleep now.
What a trooper, man.
I've been up since
just
7
bodying people
a.m.
with COVID. Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck? Why would you?
Viral Drake's mustache is the mustache and the mustache. Very mustache can mustache this mustache correctly.
That might be the most intelligent thing you've ever said to me, Cal.
Thank you. If you mustache, you will mustache many
You
mustaches.
can just have my list. I'm going.
Just incredible.
Look at this. This is outside
Incredible.
information.
Go ahead.
All right. So what is it
It's
that Alex is reaching for with this
I don't know.
with the Spellseeker? I mean, do you want the Cyclopic Rift? What do you want?
I'm gonna choose not to.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it, Alex is just like so far behind here. Maybe it is Cyclonic Rift because that just like
I don't know what.
actually lets him
Wait, can I speak, please? Thank you.
maybe catch up.
Like, being done
But beyond that, geez, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Am I
Like-
misinterpreting the situation?
Yeah, because Rift doesn't even really solve all of your problems. Like your problem number one is your Docksite's in exile, and that's like one of your best ways to just like steal
Sorry.
games when you're playing Kenrith.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Your problem number two is the pile of stacks pieces, which Cyclerift would do something about. Your problem number three is, I mean, you just need any piece of payoff at all. Like
No, I
Yeah.
dock side is normally
all
your payoff.
of it,
You need some
That's
kind of
what
good
you
card,
call
and
it.
Alex has like one card in hand. So like Alex needs a lot of help. We need to get rid of a lot of these stacks pieces. We need to find a card that is meaningful.
Yep.
And
So what I'm going to rule is
I
that
just-
you
I
sent
don't
the deck
know
list when
where-
over to accepted,
where
correct?
we're at here. Spell Seeker
fine.
Search is a
Literally in
May
advance right
ability.
now.
Yeah, it is a May ability.
So
This
it's
was a
fine.
little bit of
I
a CDH
definitely have
community
intention of
meme,
doing it.
incidentally, that came out
Ian
of
is correct. It's
Punt City.
probably,
Because no, sorry, not
So
Punt City.
I'm gonna rule that
Marchesa, because Callahan from the Mind Sculptors accidentally blew themselves out because they forgot that Spellseeker was a May ability, and I believe basically this exact same thing happened where like somebody oppoed them and they let somebody go and look through their library for something. So we'll see if somebody is in fact
Send me your
actually getting their library searched or not. I
Check
don't
this
think they
out.
are.
Search is happening.
so I can write it down.
but-
We're doing it.
Ooh.
Politics has come into
You
play.
can do that. You can
Wow.
There's a little bit of
Okay.
discussion,
I will open up
and
the
the
order.
search is going to be attempted.
All right.
I guess you can tell me.
Spellseeker is a May ability.
Gently suggest what?
Search is happening. It was politics.
That's,
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of awesome. I live for this stuff.
Yeah.
And we get a look at the hand there.
Ah,
Goblin Bombardment, Flusterstorm Force. So well, we knew, I think, all three of those cards. If you've been
Yep.
tracking his hand the entire game, all three of these were revealed off Thrasios. So these should not come as a surprise.
You
Yep.
already know
Gonna have those revealed as we go a searching.
yeah. Show me the last card again.
Yep, I have no idea what we're reaching for here.
Yeah, I do.
We're going merrily a searching.
What's the combo in this deck with Goblin Bombardment? Obviously, Dargo can cost one, right?
Dargo can cost one. It might just be pretty easily trivial to kill people with Goblin Bombardment plus. Like maybe that's just like another infinite mana outlet.
Maybe,
Question
yeah, it might
mark?
be part of the freed from the real combo stuff. I don't really know, but yeah, like you said, it is just kind of a combo outlet. Dargo always costing one because he gets sacrificed to the Goblin Bombardment. So you can assemble some kind of engine, and if you can find infinite red mana, it's just over on the spot.
Yeah, op agent,
But,
gets exiled to op agent,
We'll see. Oh, we're doing the search, and let's see what Alex is going to yoink from Manila Midget's library.
Yeah, we have finally arrived here. What's it gonna be? It is a Psych Rift.
Psych Rift.
It is Cyclonic Rift. I mean, that's the card that seemed like the start, right? That's the card you always want in the spots where the boards start to look like this. Comedian has been accumulating just advantage turn after turn with these treasures. Like, there's just a lot of problems.
All right. Apparently, everybody in the world knows these Dargo loops, and we do not, Drake. Apparently, Bergie plus Bombardment is a win. That
Bergie,
seems-
okay,
that's-
sure.
Yeah,
Bergie's
Bergie.
pretty cool. I
Bar-
mean, any fine way you can find, right, to make.
yeah,
red
exactly.
mana.
Like Bergie is like a card you probably just want to be playing already. So like
1, 2, 3.
slotting in Goblin Bombardment, yeah, why not?
Sure. I mean, it's kind of a removal spell. It's a costly one, but it's kind of a
Yeah.
removal spell.
Well, it could be like pay red to ping something with a lot.
Yeah,
of
you
choice
could do it
with
the
Dargo.
fairway with Dargo,
Yeah.
right? Where you're just like, all right, like machine gun some stuff, get it out the way, and then win with something else or whatever.
Yeah.
As untap is happening on Forcon's turn, thanks to Seedborn Muse for Manila Midget. And a draw step is happening for Forcon. Let's see what they can assemble. Once again, a lot of the namesake mana still not in play for Forcon. Made a land drop every single turn, which has been relevant. I mean, that's been a big instrumental part of Forcon actually being, a member of this game. We're not just hopelessly out of it, and ad nauseum and things like that are still on the menu for them. But certainly, I would not put them ahead. I wouldn't even put them in the top two players of the pod. Manila Midget and Comedian, I think, pulling ahead of the pack pretty clearly as far as getting things done in the pod.
Yeah. And their Thoracles in exile, it's going to be a little bit harder for them to pull off a win here. The easy button is gone for sure.
Right.
Which doesn't help. All right.
And
Looks
two
like
cards
we're
coming for Ian as we played Lion's Eye Diamond. Let
And
Ian draw
leaving
two
up-
cards.
leaving up 5 mana. Suspicious. Suspicious. Very sus. Very sus
I mean, we
gameplay
haven't
action.
resolved really a tutor as Timna is going to come across. I think this one's still going and accepted. We'll see if
Yeah,
he's
it feels-
ever interested in blocking.
Alex going to 28. I wouldn't want
No.
to use an application or a Kenrith in this situation. So here we go.
Oh, no.
Still passing.
All right. Now what? Extra card added to the
I would like
mix.
to do things at your end.
Going
Yeah. Ooh. So I'm gonna do
to
4.
pass the turn, it looked like. And now here comes everyone's favorite part, game actions. Thanks to our Manila midgets, Thrasios.
Thrasios, here we go. How many activations we got this time?
Oh no, Chain of Vapor, the card on top. A lot of activations. Keenan doing a lot to turbocharge
All
that. Not
right,
interested
to the
in Chain of
bottom.
Vapor.
Drawing.
Heuristic
It's a-
Study
it's a
on time
heuristic
for that one.
study. Yeah, sure, why not?
Mana to do another activation.
Kind of like Esper Sentinel. Kind of the point in the game where obviously it's way better than Esper Sentinel at this point in the game, but still 1 mana, a little bit of a different cost than it is, turns 1 through 4.
Have to agree with you. Didn't get a great look at, I don't know what exactly masterpiece that is, but some kind of land hit there off of Thrasios.
I believe that's
Bottoming a
pretty
lot of
cool.
cards here.
Reveal a
March of Swirling Mists.
Oh,
well,
man.
hello. That
Oh.
card looks pretty good.
Pretty good against Winota in specific. For trying to clear stacks pieces out of the way when it comes to that.
5, 6.
I mean, yeah, we have a bunch of stacks pieces now with Opposition Agent added to the next year too as well. So like just being able to shut down all of the Tyrannus if you want to, shut down, the Espers, the Tyrannus, the Opposition Agents, the whole mess of things, and maybe untap and get something done. It's tough if you get to Alex's turn because the Cyclonic Rift is online immediately. So if you do go ahead and like try to fire off some kind of march, hitting a bunch of stuff, there's a decent chance you just get rifted. But I mean, if you just have a win already, Stifle, not as good when you know about it.
Yeah,
But Stifle revealed off of the Thrasios.
It still can be done.
Same with Endurance, also a card that's not as good when you know about it, but still something to play around.
I'm going to declare
For
that
sure, for sure.
I would like to go to my turn.
It's interesting too, because once again, you can only really reach for the Rift after the March hits the Drents. So like, if you're going to reach for a March, you may have to leave like one of the Drannus around or something, because otherwise, like I said, you get rifted, and that's probably not good. So you can get rid of most of the stuff, but you're in a little bit of danger if you get rid of all the Drannus.
Yeah,
the question is, how much do we need Dargo?
Exactly. How much do we need Dargo? How much do we need anything going on right here? So yeah, I guess casting Cyclonic Rift to me is like a little bit sus. You get a whole turn rotation. Draenith will come back down before Ian gets a chance to just like jam out of the command zone after recasting like Mox Opal and Mana Vault. So it's like not cut and dry, but I don't know. It's kind of susses me out a little tiny bit.
You're a little sussy.
I'm feeling a little sus right now.
All right.
About the concept of casting
How about a Cavern of Souls? Didn't get a great listen on what that is, but eventually going to.
Personally, I would guess it's naming human.
Naming probably whatever's about to be cast.
Thalia's Lancers.
All right, human sounds like the moneymaker.
And then
what do we do
Thalia's
this thing? Go grab
Lancers,
Kiki Jiki? Start copying it?
It can get us a legendary card. Yeah, so you can I believe what you can do with that, if you really want to, is you can copy it to get another legendary, right?
Right.
And then that legendary would be
I realized that it wasn't cool, and I apologize for.
Ignore me. There's no legendary plus legendary combo.
You sounded like you had it all figured out.
I thought I did too. I was kind of up in my head there. Is there a world where you just like go and get Rick here so you can like actually
just lay the smackdowns? I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Actually, I don't think Rick's online right now. We got one.
Oh, there's also
two,
an opposition agent in
3,
play.
4,
Is
5.
this a May?
Oh,
it is a May. All right, so it's
It is
literally
a May.
just a 4/4 for
this is a 4/4 for strike. Sure.
Wow. Okay. That's
Yeah, I
pretty
mean-
unexciting.
Got your spells, you cast them, you know?
I was so excited. I was like, we're gonna see some kind of cool like Kiki Jiki copy it. I don't know. No, none of that works. There's an opposition agent in
No.
play.
Okay.
Follow up is Kiki Jiki.
Kiki
We have it
Jiki.
already.
Sure.
Welcome to the party.
Is there a small world where Ian forgot about the Oppo and was trying to go Thalia, Kiki, something? Who knows?
Maybe. I mean, a little bit of thought to like trying to fish out the stifle from that
for
we
sure,
know
for
about.
sure.
I mean, I don't know if the players are going to fall for that even this late in the day, but
No. Kiki, activation. Passing on Stifle.
All right.
Stifle player has passed.
Copied an angel token.
You know, honestly, why not? Big beater.
I mean, there's a bunch of power. I'm about
It's gonna-
it. You know?
it's gonna
get some
connect.
hasty power in play. Let's
At
go.
this point,
Beatdown time.
it will kill our opponents.
Yeah, I mean that's the goal here. As this representing 3/4 of Manila Midget's life total. Manila Midget's gonna have to like do something that matters eventually.
Yep.
Or this is going to
we-
just kill them. And this is what we saw last time
Because
too.
Thrasios has just drawn a million cards.
Right.
But the cards that have been drawn, they've been very good cards, but they haven't been cards that like won the game, or they've been like
Exactly.
a random force of will. And
This is
especially
just
like
exactly what we saw in the semifinals, right? Comedians like, yeah, that's pretty bad, guys. I mean, Manila Midget's drawing all these cards. That's like really, really bad. And it's just like, okay, I'm mush. Like, here's a whole board state full of stuff. That life total is looking pretty low. I mean, there's some nice Thrasios activations, super duper. But I have the biggest stuff on the battlefield, and it's going to eat.
yeah,
I'm
here we
going
go.
to tap
Rumble
Guy's
in.
Cradle for 7.
You know, while we have a little downtime here, everybody, we haven't talked about it a little bit, but if you've been hanging out with, we're flashing in an endurance actually.
Yeah, the endurance. I mean, we knew about that one.
Yeah, bringing it in. That'll at least like chump an angel token.
Right.
Have
we got lethal?
Chump an angel token and that kind of stuff.
I mean, yeah, just chumping worth quite a bit here, I think.
Yeah.
That life total, pretty precious.
That is 12
Yep.
damage. I am passing on endurance.
I have no response to it.
Life total pretty precious. Life total pretty good. But as I was just saying, for a second there, we have a little downtime here. I think we have a little time to shill. You may have noticed if you've been hanging out today, we made some pretty big announcements. If you haven't seen it, I don't think we're going to play a commercial right in the middle of the stream. But you know, we made two pretty big announcements today. Number one, we've got kind of a in-person, high production quality, you know, sitting down, chatting, having a lot of fun. cedh series coming. Ooh, Displacer Kitten being put into hand. That's unique. That's a card that does stuff.
Something that does something. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Okay. It's a card that creates even more game actions.
Game actions.
It creates even more game actions. But we are launching that in 2023. We have filmed a pilot, but however, we would like to make so much more. And unfortunately, these kind of things are very expensive, especially if we would like to get awesome guests involved who happen to live all around the United States or even beyond. So part of what we're doing in that, we have paired up with the excellent and prolific Magic the Gathering artist of yore and more recent stuff, Douglas Schuler, to create an awesome playmat. You can learn more about that at playingwithpowermtg.com. We're selling it. We also have a bundle with a whole ton of goodies in it that we've given out to people at events before, but this is the first time we're selling them. And these are all at a special, much lower price than they will be going forward. So that was a very roundabout way of saying, hey, maybe check out the website, check out the playmat, check out our cool new merch stuff. And you know, every single bit of money that you give Playing with Power pretty much goes into either playing with Power members for their time, which, you know, I personally selfishly
big fan of getting paid.
You know, as a big pro labor guy, I think people getting paid is good. But no, especially Ryan, you know, if Ryan's a full-time guy now, it's a little bit different than when we were all just kind of doing stuff around the horn all the time, you know, making a little bit of money here and there. We've got some full-timers. You know, and but especially for this campaign, we are specifically trying to put as much money as possible into making a truly awesome and different cedh gameplay experience for you guys to check out.
Noah has a lot to say about it too in chat, so you know, feel free to make sure to bother Noah with all your questions in chat at Playing with Power MTG. He's got
I believe we have just put either a Phyrexian altar or an altar of dimension into hand. I think it was a Phyrexian altar.
You are great to boot
I
you.
can't keep the arts straight.
So are we set up
It
for a
was-
win yet? I mean,
It
Midget has just
was
been doing
it
so many
was a
things.
Phyrexian altar.
Phyrexian altar. Okay, that
so
does the thing with Dargo.
Phyrexian altar with Dargo is like infinite mana, not infinite mana, but infinite like Dargo casts.
Infinite
Oh, you can
Dargo,
cast it in CDN cards.
which gets us nowhere with the bombardment.
As far as where
Wait,
right
it's a
now,
mana ability. So with Keenan, you actually do make infinite mana, right?
That's correct.
Cool. Okay, yeah, no, that just does the thing. All right, so maybe we're getting closer. We do submit the Durandus out of here, but if that happens, once again, Cycrift's on the line. We're in Alex's turn, and there is some talking happening, but the Cycrift, nothing. It's actually interesting. I think you can. Oh, well, never mind. Mox Diamond changes that. I was like, I think you might be able to cut him off it by getting rid of the death rate as well, just spending a ton of mana on it. But instead, we're playing Mox Diamond to draw Ian 2 cards and no land to discard. Never mind. This looks like a desperation play. Why is Alex making desperation plays? Do we feel like we're dead to Midget here?
At this point, I automatically like assume that is what is going to happen. That seems to be the logical thing. However, Alex is down to what? 2 cards, 1 card. And now I think if Alex casts Cyclonic Rift,
I know you have a fluster and a force as your.
can I give you some ASMR? Unfortunately, I can't really do ASMR. L.
I think we've seen every card except for one.
If we're looking at casting Cyclonic Rift here, I feel like that is like
every single card in this hand.
Well, the Durandus have to go before that's even unlocked. But the
Yeah,
Durandus have
that's
to
true.
go if Midget's going to try to win with Dargo loops.
period.
So
Yeah.
the Durandus need to go for basically everybody except like Forcon, maybe. So what does this board state look like after this March of Swirling Mist that we know about from Manila Midget? Is kind of the question that I think all the players are asking. Here it is. This is like the card that we've been talking about for this entire turn cycle, because I think it's a big one for breaking this board open. We have March of Swirling Mists. They're going to do a good job of phasing out all these stack pieces that are problems. Going to need to hit things like Ranger Captain of Eos. Going to need to hit, probably Opposition Agent. Going to need to hit the Durandus and stuff like that. If Midget wants to punch a spot in with Dargo, but there's a Cyclonic Rift we need to check as well that will get unlocked as soon as all the creatures are gone. You might be able to hit Keenan, but yeah, he can still float the mana. That doesn't work either. So yeah, the Rift has to be checked no matter what. But Midget has drawn so many cards with Thrasios that it's just possible that he has enough counterspells dialed up that we don't really care if this happens or not, as the Espers are triggering off of this as well. But it looks like we're also doing a good job selecting all of the things. It looks like we should be hitting like everything. Like here, I have so much mana. Every legal target that isn't my creatures, get out of here.
Get everything out of here.
Yeah, 7.
You probably don't. That's probably extreme, but still, getting rid of the commander, I think, is pretty heads up. Shutting off the fierce guardianships for free and the deflecting swats for free. A good way to do it, as we are tapping just a pile of mana for a huge March of Swirling Mists that could be good enough here.
Yep. Why not, really?
So I was asking.
I mean, I can think of a lot of reasons why not.
Well,
you get Cyclonic. That's a start.
Look,
Okay, I'm looking.
That is a start. However, we've been going for a long time now. What if they just ended the game?
Any game enders in chat?
Is there any game-winning spells in the chat here?
No, there's not.
You paid 9 mana for your spell, so
I don't know what I expected.
legally use that mana.
Competitive EDH, that's what I expected.
I attempted to do 8 targets in the last one, which I was asking how many creatures.
All right, we're thonking.
So before we move
Big
forward,
bringing
thonk.
something together.
I mean, I think this March represents a pretty big attempt at a win, right? Because you can sit here and draw cards for quite a while longer. Maybe not, because you're kind of just dead-ish on board to the Angels. You kind of need to pick your spot here no matter what. So either way, what matters here is that Midget feels that this is their spot. They're picking it with this March of Swirling Mists, and it's going to be a spell that if it can get countered should be, but the players are pretty low on resources. Forcon, I think the one most likely to have interaction here is Comedian in white red and Alex with 1 card in hand after throwing a Mox Diver to the graveyard, just trying to give Comedian more cards. I think Forcon's the only one with cards that have text. And it looks like he was pretty ready and willing to just go ahead and put his cards upside down. So it feels like this March is gonna happen.
Yeah, March is gonna happen. Can we get all the way there? And like at that point, I feel like we very well may.
Yeah, I feel like
Ian does have a million cards in hand. We haven't seen Pyro or Reb out of him this game, I don't think. But
it looks like Pact of Negation, the selected target.
Wow, yeah.
Or the counter spell for March of Swirling Mists.
Yeah.
We will see if Midget has any kind of follow-ups. I think that Force of Will is still floating around
Force of Will
somewhere.
still in hand. Flusterstorm is still in hand, as far as I'm aware.
Asking about storm count.
Yeah, we have that Flusterstorm that we know about from Thrasios as well.
Flusterstorm
That one not
and
so
Force
good
are
against
in
Pact of
hand,
Negation.
so
Better against the Cycryph, though.
certainly. Yeah, because this is the second spell cast this turn, and we've got all the mana in the world. So, third spell cast this turn. Okay,
Force of Will is going to be cast, exiling Rhystic Study.
The Rhystic
Makes
Study.
sense.
Yep. I was about to say the Thrasios player has been activating Thrasios so many billions of times.
Billions. That's an
That,
approximation. For those of you in chat.
It's pretty much at this point. I mean, that's pretty much where we're at.
Okay. We see Ian reaching for cards. Do we have any kind of blast action going on?
That would I think be my automatic assumption, but
I mean, SWAT, stuff like that's like live. Ian has 8 mana or whatever. Like, we got a lot of cards to work with. We have a lot of
trillion
mana
mana.
to work with.
yeah. And it's like at this point, Ian just has to have it. Ooh,
There it is. He has to have something, and he does have deflecting SWAT, which is going to target this Force of Will. Well, yeah. Because I assume March has to choose the same targets. You can't just swat it and be like, no targets, haha. So I think we're targeting the Force of Will with deflecting SWAT here, re-representing the board state correctly here by having these cards flipped over. I appreciate that.
There's a world where March could just be the target. We don't have comms here. Okay, Fluster X huge.
Well, what is this Fluster hitting? I mean, a comedian can pay for X huge.
Yep.
What'd you say?
So, and Pax Negation, the Fluster's not very good against that.
No.
What are we flustering?
I don't know.
There's a
People are waving their hands around. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, where are these targets going?
Yeah.
I don't know. I do kind of think that I wouldn't be surprised if SWAT is actually targeting March of Swirling Mist, because this target creatures, it doesn't have to it doesn't have to. Okay, it looks like we've got Fluster targeting Pact, and Pact is gone.
Pact is countered.
I'm okay.
Well, we cast. I mean, the spell count's pretty high, right? We got Mox Diamond, March of Swirling Mists, SWAT, Flusterstorm, Force of Will, Pact Negation.
Yeah,
that's
pretty-
6. So yeah,
pretty
we'd have to
huge.
crack LED. All right.
Fluster
Maybe it's just gonna have
was
to get
on
Pact.
Pact. Fluster
Okay.
was on Pact.
All right.
I'm going to
Well,
tap Mana Vault to activate Thrasios.
now what?
And we have March of Swirling Mist. Yeah, now we're doing even more Thrasios activations.
Thrasios. Is this after the March, or is this in response to the
It looks
March?
like March is still on the stack with deflecting SWAT also still on the stack.
I see.
But we're at this point now. We've seen Dargo Thrasios burn through a lot of their interaction this game. They've cast their Fluster, they've cast their Force, they've cast both of their forces.
Both forces, yeah.
Some other 1 or 2 other one-off spells as well. So
The Fluster's gone. I think there's still Fierce and SWAT potentially, but
Yeah.
not a lot left.
Something makes me want to say that they cast a Fierce really early in the game, but I could be wrong about that. Looks like we're putting a Wooded Foothills on the bottom of the library.
Sure, yeah, that one's not great. Narset, Harder of Veils.
A little late on that one, I think.
Yeah, a little late to the party.
More activations. he just has so much mana.
Yeah, so much mana.
Reveal a
Anyone
veil of
catch
summer.
if Ian paid for that slot? I believe so.
Yeah, I don't
Respond to
think
the
he
fact
did. He
that
had
I'm
8
going
mana to start with. That's a number I called out. I think he does need to
Half
pay
Veil
3
of
mana
Summer,
for
what
that
is it?
SWAT. He does not have his commander in play like he normally does.
I'll add a response to Bill.
Go ahead.
Is that a? Oh, that's a Veil of Summer. Is that the new Veil of Summer that I'm looking at right now?
Like to
A good question. Kind of looks like a natural state or something, but let's get a look. Probably is a Veil of Summer. I mean, it's a card that makes the most sense here, so I'm willing to gamble on it being a
I like
Veil of
it.
Summer.
Okay, I'm gonna hit
All the new
Okay,
cards.
I believe that we have paid. He paid with lands.
All right, cool. Works for me.
Yes, that is the secret layer Veil of Summer. But I love the art on so much.
Original art kind of fan. I can like the original Veil of Summer. The callback kind of to
Fair.
Autumn's Veil really kind of does it for me. Autumn's Veil, Veil of Summer. Ad nauseum. Oh. All right.
Hello.
You know what they say in CDH? The best counter spell is ad nauseum, and that's what we're trying to do here. It's a little ad nauseum action.
All right.
Is this one just gonna work?
At this exact moment.
Oh, it is going ahead and paying. No, he did not pay with lands. Now he is paid with lands and treasures. And
Here we go.
yeah, SWAT's paid for it.
All right, so we have a Veil of Summer that's being cast. In response, we're casting Ad.
And this is all with the March and the SWAT still on the stack. We just have a crazy stack at this point.
Yeah.
Okay,
sure.
this is all on Alex's end step, right?
Yeah, I believe that is the
All
case.
right, I
yeah.
just want to make sure we're on the same page. You know, it's easy to get lost. We've been doing this for, I think, a little over 15 hours at this point. Just want to make sure that we're keeping up with the board state. You know, this is very parsable for everybody in chat.
Oh, I'm sure.
Very easy to understand this finals pod here as ad nauseum is added to the mix and is resolving. We're resolving ad nauseum from 28.
Are we? I don't. At this point, I'm not really shocked. I am not really shocked.
I mean, but what are we looking for? Forces?
I guess, or just like anything.
Dress down. That
Oh,
one's
that's
not
that's
castable.
Yeah, that is correct.
Yeah, we have no mana.
Yeah, we have no mana.
Maybe we should have cracked this LED.
It's
It's tough to know because like it may not resolve, but at the same time, if it doesn't resolve, you're just dead. I don't know. But LED for blue seems pretty natural, and I feel like that would be
at this point, there's a world where people have also just forgotten that there's like a Phyrexian altar in hand.
I doubt that. I think people are pretty consciously
yeah.
aware that Manila Midget is very close to winning this game. A lot of free mana grabbed here. Oh, there's a Force of Will. Peekaboo.
Hello. You got any blue cards in there?
Yeah, I was just saying, gonna take a look at the blue cards. I assume he does remember a blue card. I remember Dress Down. There we go. We at least have that one.
Yeah, Dress Down was in there. Yeah.
All right. So now we have picked up a single counter spell at 10 life as Forcon. A lot of mana too. I mean, we mentioned that Forcon has not drawn like any of their mana this game. They found a lot of it there. Mox Diamond, Chrome Mox.
At long last.
Yeah, right. What the doctor ordered and on time.
Yeah, that was a lot of cards for what, like 14 life or something. That worked out pretty well.
18, I think, but yeah, 28 from 28. That's pretty good. It's Force of Will. Didn't get a great look at what was pitched. Maybe we're still thinking about it.
Hello, they already cast this Force of Will.
What? No, I didn't.
Oh, for Forcon. I don't. Manila has dug a Force of Will out of their graveyard for some reason.
Is it still in the stack?
No, not a chance.
I don't think it's
long gone. I don't know what's going on here. Okay, yep.
Force
cool.
Will's gonna pitch Dress Down. That's gonna
Yep.
target the original spell, which is March of the Swirling Mists, and then it looks like Veil of Summer is gonna resolve afterwards and draw.
Yep. Yeah, I think that's definitely the correct play for Forcon here. I do not think that he wants Ian to have control of a deflecting of a massive March of Swirling Mists.
Yeah, that seems that seems kind of
sure.
problematic. That does not seem like something that needs to happen here.
No. Now we're all right. We're all
now the Esper triggers. I think that was the 2 on top of Ian's library here is the Esper signal triggers from one of the players.
Ian is drawing 2 cards.
He is.
Man. All right, and after all of that, we still get to go to Manila's turn, and I'm pretty sure they still just get to like threaten to win the game. Oh no, not unless they
No,
can remove
Darko, I
Draenith.
think, is involved in the
still-
wins that we know.
They still have to remove Draenith. There we go. Yep.
Draenith. Right. I
Why
think we're
did
still
he
doing the
exile?
plural.
Why did he exile Draenith? Because right now he cannot exile Dress Down. He cannot cast Dress Down in a time that matters at this point.
I also think Dress Down was the only blue card.
Yeah,
I don't think there's another blue card in the mix.
it was like his only option. Maybe there's a world where he should have pushed a little more, but
From 9? You just like died of combat from Midget. You might anyway. I haven't done the math, but I mean, Seaboard Muse is kind of chonky.
Have 2 lands to do.
yep.
Deathrite doesn't eat that card.
Oh, we're Noxious Revivaling
Saying that to
this
me, like,
this Basalt Monolith on top of the
Sure.
library. That's pretty good.
You guys saw.
I'd say my professional opinion on that is that it is pretty good.
Made you guys
Yep,
use all the
that
energy, that
is
the purpose.
infinite colorless mana we're going to be working with here in a second.
Yeah, assuming there's nothing else. I mean, there's still a Ranger Captain, right? Somewhere in the mess
That is
Abe's
correct.
board
There
state.
is
So we could just crack
mess.
that.
I can interact.
He's hiding it very effectively.
Well, yeah, but that's too.
Yeah. Where else are you supposed to put it? Anywhere you put it is hiding it. There's so many
That's,
permanents in
that's
play.
fucking true.
I can start digging with the treasure.
I think at this time it is stuffed under the ornithopter.
I think so.
Not
too.
entirely sure though. Don't quote me on
I
that.
don't have.
Likewise.
Like, if I draw.
Might already be gotten
Oh
rid
my.
of, but I don't think so. I
Chat
think
bringing up a great point. Darko Thrasios
Any response to Noxious
sandbagging a
Guardian,
stifle for that.
not much of a sandbag. We know about it. It's
No,
face
I
up.
I know. Oh, Ranger Captain is long gone. Jesus
Is
Christ.
that correct? To
That's what,
protect
yeah.
opposition agent.
Would affect Midget's
Strange.
Got endurance?
No.
Okay, so maybe we're still thinking on this Noxious Revival.
There's just so much cardboard. I can't keep track of it all.
You can, Cal. You can. I believe in you.
Can't find one.
It's not that much cardboard because, like, the thing is, most of it's irrelevant. Like, a lot of it's just mana.
Yeah, a lot of it's
Not
just
a lot
like-
of the cardboard actually matters until it does.
it's like that's been the shocking thing about like Ian's board this game is like he's had so much stuff the entire time, but a lot of it is just like random stuff that has been irrelevant.
Nope.
Did Alex? Yeah, Alex didn't have enough mana to use Deathrite to exile. Oh, you can't even hit artifacts anyway. So what are we doing here? We're making a mana, maybe 2. Not actually sure what the ruling on Keenan with Deathrite is. I don't know if it's a mana ability, not a mana ability. I don't really know.
It is an activated ability because it has a target.
I
Mana
thought so.
abilities
So
by
it makes one.
definition do not have targets.
And that's getting stifled.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Whatever.
I guess, I guess. Why not? You have all these cards. You might as well use them.
Sure.
Well, I mean, what's the worst that's gonna happen? You have to take another draw step. I mean, you need to answer some angel tokens at some point, but that can't be that hard, right? I know, but I feel like it shouldn't be that hard.
I'm going to
Ken asks, is a Stifle going to win the Ding Dong game right now? Moments before Stifle is just thrown away on something random. So close.
No.
Yeah, on the Kindle activation, I don't think it's going anywhere, but
I have nothing.
yeah, it's a decent use of it.
Yeah, I
but,
mean, I don't know what that mana represents, and if we're out of counter magic, I just don't hate it. All right, can we draw the Basalt Monolith? We have successfully drawn Basalt Monolith. Have we successfully put Basalt Monolith into play?
not
I
yet.
believe that's
We're
what
working on it.
Yeah, and we're in that process. We're paying costs, as the kids say. And here is Basalt Monolith.
Yep.
Know it.
Present.
We're tapping it, untap it.
It
Okay.
seems that we have infinite colorless. Now what?
Now we Thrasios a lot. A lot.
Yep.
A lot.
lot,
Is
a
this
lot.
the end of the game? Are we
It
done?
should be
Going to
like
go
pretty
over
much in
process,
every
leaving it on top and not putting it to the bottom.
relevant.
We're doing this one at a time, huh?
Theoretically,
I think he's being like, hey, look, like,
Other than your land
what do you
is
want? Like, I'm going to find a Thassa's Oracle eventually. I don't think we've seen that one. I mean, we know Forcons is exiled. I don't think
Yeah.
that Midgets is.
Malevolent Hermit.
Hermit. All the cards, we're just topping them all, putting them in hand, one at a time. Glare, doing the town, Mana Crypt, Island. Oh, that one has to go in play. Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta put the Guru Island into play.
Birds of
Yeah,
Paradise,
sure. Where's the
Manipulation,
Paradise?
We're doing it one by
Yeah, sure.
one because this deck is obnoxiously blingy. I think that's what we're picking up here.
Oh, yeah, we gotta see all the bling. Well, then you have random stuff like, look at that Steam Bits. How are we gonna have like super fancy? I mean, we saw like the most sick Narset you could get. Then we have like the scrubbiest Narset, Steam Bits. All right, Underworld Breach. We have
Yeah.
successfully found Underworld Breach. Why
Yeah.
did we stop there?
Going to use
You-
infinite
There's
one
9,000 Dranis in play. What are we doing?
What if there's no Thassa's Oracle?
Okay, all
Oh my
right. Now
God.
what?
Okay.
Cool. We cast it. Now what?
Nope. You cannot do that.
Yeah, okay.
You
There's a lot
cannot-
of Dranis.
You cannot do that.
There's a
Nope,
lot of
that
Dranis. You
is-
can't
that is-
cast this.
that
There's
is
like
illegal.
9,000 Dranis.
Yep. Okay. We have
Okay,
10th
put that
Adranith
back.
straight. Okay. Yep.
Do
We figured that
more
out.
drawing.
All right. Now let's draw the rest of our library. It's like-
Please just draw your cards. What are we doing?
Oh, we're getting there. We're getting there.
All right, we're gonna do this.
This game is a foregone conclusion. I'm feeling it. We're done.
I mean, it feels like there's got to be some way, right? There's no shot that we're not just done.
Continue Thrasios activation.
You have
I
to
would
answer
agree.
2 Draeniths. End of conversation.
Yep.
Gamble.
Or it's just like cast Thassa's
Dockside.
Oracle
Tails
with
End.
with an empty.
Oh, Laura
line.
answers one of them.
Yep.
Eldritch Evolution. Yep.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
no,
Oh,
Eldora
no.
has to go into play. It's required to.
That
All
is
right.
correct,
Okay.
yep.
Okay.
Ooh, yep.
All right. Yep.
Lots of lands here.
Packed.
Sure. Nobody's ever removing our stuff.
Swan Song. That one does not go into play.
That does not.
That's not how that works. You know, I don't even blame him. You know,
It's
like
late.
whatever. I don't know.
Top. Sure. Yep. That's
Sure.
sure.
Yep. Burger. All right.
Burgie,
What does
yep.
Burger do for us?
Nothing. It's nothing to us.
Yeah. Dargo still doesn't work.
Yeah.
Grim. What if we don't have more ways?
Yeah, I
get
was
rid
about to
of
say
this?
we've been playing for 15 hours at this point. I think a few errors are fine.
What if we're just
yep.
out of ways to answer Draeniths? What
That
if
would
we?
be- I would be astounded if there just isn't a.
There has to
Thassa's
be a
Oracle
whole
in
breaker
here.
power in this deck, right? Which we're just gonna like cast that, bounce. We're done here.
Yeah.
Assuming there's no Thoracle, which I feel like there has to be. I just don't know why we're still doing Magic the Gathering things here.
Blue.
Looks like we're doing some kind of discussion, making a gajillion D mana, give or take about 1 million D mana. And there.
Oh, that's a snap. Oh no, that's brain freeze.
Brain freeze.
Is that brain freeze? Or snap? They have very similar ends.
Snap.
reach-
Yeah, that's
let me-
untapping 2 things, and that
let
gets
me-
one of the Draeniths.
Let me reach for the brain freeze. That's right. next to my desk,
That's a snap.
actually.
We just saw on 2 lands untapped, including Cradle.
Yep.
There's another Draenith. We don't get to do the thing now. We still
Yeah,
need to do stuff.
They also literally at this point in the game, there's just like they don't really need most of their creatures anymore. They could just Goblin Bombardment another one out.
Okay, you got this one? What's this one?
That is a Strixhaven thing of some kind.
Well, thank you. Grape Shot. That one's going to do a good job taking care of the other
that'll
Draenith.
get rid of the Draenith. Okay, we did it. We
And
got there.
opposition agents. Okay, now we have the altar. We have the Dargo. We have it all. We have like 9 ways to win. We have a Pact of Negation we know about. We have Underworld Breach in play. Look, I'm going to call this now. I don't think there is a way to mess it up from here.
We're doing the thing with Dargo. We are playing Dargo over and over and over again. Over and over and over again. We'll love to see it. Manila looking to.
And then we're going to escape our Grape Shot. And then we're done. Everybody dies. Manila is our victor. Manila Midget. Thrasios Dargo. If you had asked me, Drake, what kind of deck do you think is going to win this tournament? And nowhere in the zip code would I have put Thrasios Dargo. Not a combination you see very often. Finding an impressive way to win here, thanks to the Seedborn Muse, Thrasios, Keenan synergy that we've seen be very powerful all tournament long. Incredible stuff. There's a Tidespout Tyrant too. We just had all the things. And, you know, an incredible victory for that player here in the wee hours of the morning. A long day and impressive runs from our entire top 4 here. They're going to get quite a bit of money for their trouble. And of course, we thank them for playing and sticking with us all tournament long. And thank you to our wonderful Twitch chat who has stuck with us through thick and thin all day long as we have brought you 7 total rounds of cEDH. We have crowned a champion. And our Thrasios Triton hero, Dargo, the shipwrecker, Manila Midget, bringing home the trophy, $500. Everyone else getting $200. The rest of our top 16 leaving with $60 and a hard day's work playing some cEDH. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for supporting. And if you haven't yet, make sure to check out the playmat bundles. It's part of our new series, the Masterpiece series. We did a little giveaway earlier. You can still get that kind of stuff throughout December. It is going to cost you. You have to pay for it. I'm sorry, and actually support the channel. But awesome bundle full of great new merch. Please check it out. Otherwise, we are going to let our wonderful team go to bed, and you should too. Thank you all for being here, and we'll see you next time.